3, 2, 1. Welcome to Credit Zero.
Welcome to After School Arcade.
Yeah, fuck it. That's
We're doing
good.
a podcast, and it's called Credit Zero. How is
Credit
everybody?
Zero?
That's amazing. I can't even believe it. Let me just code switch a little bit so I'm happier. I didn't realize we were starting this early. Me, Paul. me, Luke.
Me, Drew. Oh, me, Daryl.
We are. Oh God, I miss
Full of testosterone.
I miss Leslie so much.
Yeah.
Rein us in.
Yeah, I know.
I heard secondhand that someone was saying that listen to I met them fairly recently and they started listening to our podcast after going to a show.
Ooh.
And it was an episode without Leslie, and the person said, I don't know, it just feels like a lot of testosterone. It's just kind of like a very bro-y kind of podcast. And they didn't know me very well, and Sarah was like, no, not even close.
Not even really? You don't think that we have hormones associated with penises?
I just don't think we're full of testosterone.
Oh yeah, we're not Andrew Tate or whatever.
We're
not
half full or half empty of testosterone?
We're more than half empty.
Drew the kind of person to approach someone on the street and go, "Yo, you half full or half empty of piss?"
How we feeling? Can you move around a little bit? Is it uncomfortable?
Social experiment. Go. Hey, we're making a video. Are you full of piss or half empty of piss?
Speaking of social experiment and half full of piss, do you remember the uncle that pissed himself during The Incredibles?
Yeah.
He once had an idea for a social experiment where give me a first name, Drew.
David.
David. I was actually thinking Dave. That's freaky.
Okay.
Daryl, give me a last name.
Farouk.
David Farouk, right. So my uncle David Farouk, right? He once wanted a social experiment where he would pay 15 people to follow him to Walmarts and stuff like that, and when he comes down an aisle, be like, "Oh my God, it's David Farouk," and ask for his autograph.
To be pretend celebrity.
To be a pretend celebrity, and to have other people there be like, "Oh, should I know David Farouk? Who's David Farouk?" And then eventually they would go, "Hey, David Farouk, could I have your autograph too?"
Right.
He just wanted one person to sort of fall for it and just go, "Wow, you're the David Farouk."
Yeah, I loved you in that thing.
Yeah.
Have you seen that grandson that brings his grandma to the Walmart, and what he does is he takes all the DVDs. He buys a bunch of DVDs
Yeah.
And puts her face on, and she's like, "What the hell is going on?"
Yeah, I love that. That's like the opposite David Farouk situation.
You are the celebrity. Yeah.
I think that's a neat situation. Although I pointed out to him that if I don't know about you guys, but if someone was like, "Oh my God, Vinny McGoddamn," the first thing I would do is is that person a celebrity? I Google them on my smartphone.
Yeah, but he's from a different generation.
Well, that's what I pointed out. I was like, this generation
It wouldn't
would
work
look up on
anymore.
their smart. Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
pronounced Gundam.
Ah, my apologies, Vinny. I bet he'd prefer to be called Vincent. I feel like there's no famous Vincent that prefers to go by Vinny.
Yeah, Vincent McGundam.
Vinny Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
Vinny Diesel.
Even Vin is preferable to Vinny.
Vinny.
Yeah. Maybe there's
Vincent Diesel.
if they don't take themselves seriously, there's Vinny Vinesauce.
that?
He's a famous streamer. He was
Okay.
he's one of
Is that a real name though? Vine Sauce?
his that's his brand. And
Okay, yeah, stage name.
Not even. Vinesauce is a group of streamers.
okay.
They're real OGs. They might have been in the Blip.tv era, as opposed. No, what was it? Blip.tv was the precursor to YouTube. Man, I don't fucking
Are
know.
you talking about the precursor to Twitch?
Yeah.
Newgrounds.
It
What's
wasn't
the dude's
Newgrounds.
name? I don't remember his name. Something TV. Yeah.
Justin TV.
Justin TV. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
They're either way. They're from the pre-Twitch days, so they're old. So that's why he's famous. And he's a cool streamer, but he doesn't take himself seriously, so he gets to call himself Vinny.
Right.
But
You're not wearing a suit and tie, naming yourself Vinny.
exactly, yeah. Unless you're in the fucking mafia. that is
Vinny.
the stereotypical
Yeah.
suit and tie named Vinny.
Pinstripe. Yeah.
Two fingers. Yeah.
Two finger Vinny.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for Sir Vincent Diesel.
Is Ving Rams, is that short for Vinny?
Who? What?
Ving Rams?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Ving Rams is?
Ving or Vin?
No, I
V-I-N-G, I think.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I feel
Really?
like, where did the G come from if your name is Vincent and you're like, just call me Ving?
I don't know. Maybe.
Is he like European or something?
Sounds Vietnamese.
I think he's not
Okay.
white. That's the extent I know of it. Maybe it's Vietnamese.
Vietnam's
why are
just
you
outside
laughing
Europe.
at the Vietnamese?
It's just right outside of Europe, so I was pretty close.
Okay.
You know, geographically speaking.
Yeah. It's only separated by most of Russia, so
That's one country.
and
That's
like
fine.
China and Mongolia.
Yeah. Okay, if you had to pick of the three countries, is Mongolia safer than the other two right now? I don't know.
I really do not.
Yeah, as Westerners, we hear a lot of like shit about China and Russia. I also like have a Russian friend, so I can attest that like things are pretty bad for the Russian people right now.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They don't like the government.
Yeah. China is a little bit more nuanced, it seems, where it's just sort of like I've had Chinese friends who are like, China mainland is like fine. Like, yeah, things are kind of draconian, but things are kind of draconian under like Canada's government by my standards. Like the worst thing about it is that like we don't really get to like make these like pop off Twitter posts, but I'm not the type to do it anyway, so I don't care. It was interesting talking to him about that.
Yeah, I think that the understanding is that there's a lot of like propaganda about like kind of the Orwellian Chinese state, like trying to be like this,
Overblowing it?
Yeah, like a totalitarian thing. It's not that they don't want to; they're just not good at it.
Yeah.
That like governments, like being a government that controls everything is an extremely hard thing to
so
do.
much
work.
Like they're not good at it.
It's so cool talking to him because like he's so realistic about everything. Because I said like, is the social credit thing a myth or is it true? And he went, oh, it's true, but it's true here. Like, think about what you're allowed to do and not allowed to do on the internet.
Oh.
Think of like the consequences for your actions. Think about what the government does to track your every move. That's there in China too. Duh.
Yeah,
Like-
and like fucking insurance companies appraise shit like that.
Yeah,
Like, They do like appraisals in terms of like what car do you drive, what's your record, like
Apparently, even their
What's your
like
Twitter posts?
what's your turf.
apparently even their
you
credit
tweet while
system
driving?
is better. So I also, when I brought up social credit, he was like, yeah, and you've also got a credit system, and that's worse. And I
Yeah,
was like,
credit rating is a very North American thing.
Yeah. They have something like that in China, but what he was talking about flew a little bit over my head. You might have enjoyed that conversation with him.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know like
Who is a finance
basically
person.
anything about like the global economy and like different politics.
What do you?
Are
know?
you stupid?
Are you fucking stupid?
Do you know how to read?
Yes.
Beans on toast.
I don't like beans.
Get 'em.
What do you know?
About the global economy?
No, what do you know in general? Do you know what anything is?
I know what
Do
some
you
things
even
are.
know?
What's the date today?
The date today is.
He doesn't even know it.
Don't date the episode. What if I edit
is
this
it?
like a fucking week later and it's in October? Oh shit. Fuck. And that's a
Got
funny,
himself.
Yeah, that's a funny thing too, so I have to leave it. That was entirely unintentional. I'm just stupid.
Yeah.
Let's move
Are
on.
you stupid?
Are you stupid?
Fucking mental.
I wish the beans on toast the whole time. You eat Marmite?
I don't even eat my beans with toast. I just put them in my hands.
You don't eat them. You don't eat them.
I feel like that's like Eastern European. That's not British at that point. They hold their beans.
On toast?
No. In their hands. Listen to what he said.
He
Listen
said
to
he
what your
doesn't
friend
eat
says.
his beans on toast.
Listen to Daryl. That's the difference between me and you.
Ding, ding. It is National Day of Bean Holding.
Grab bean, put in your hand.
Big. Everybody out in street, all the bean.
Most celebrated holiday in generic Eastern European name.
In Mongolia.
Nothing specific.
I feel like if
Welcome to Mongolia.
Your beans.
if Roman Bellic greeted me outside Mongolia, I'd rush in.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
I actually, when I was, there's a lot of, it's a very diverse place at where I work, like, because I work as a cashier.
You don't work in Mongolia.
No, but there's a lot of different
the
nationalities that
segue?
come through my till, and I remember seeing a person who looked ethnically Chinese but was speaking Russian, and I'm like, oh, they're probably very Far East Russian.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's a massive country.
Mongolia.
Maybe
Like-
they're partially Sinicized.
Sinicized?
Yeah, that's the process of like assimilating one's culture, like what's happening with the Uyghurs right now. That you can't fucking levy at
Yeah,
China's fee.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty scummy.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah, we don't want to mention that because China might cancel us.
Oh, whatever.
It's okay if I can't go to China.
No, they might
gonna
cancel
cry
our
about
podcast.
I
Who
mean,
knows?
I would like to see mainland China just because my friend was talking about like a certain thing, and I'm thinking like, oh, okay, a lot of things aren't are overblown by propaganda.
Yeah.
I'd like to see for myself what's overblown by propaganda and what's not. And I feel like I would, to an extent, play ball, come back, then spout some shit.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't go to North Korea for instance.
How long do you think, any country,
Any
China,
country.
China specifically in this example, how long do you think you'd have to be there to get the like not tourist experience to like actually understand what things are overblown and what they just present to tourists?
At least 12 hours.
Okay. Like as a layover and then you can leave?
In between my flights from Milwaukee and like Tennessee.
Yeah.
One's a city. Anyways, I'm not good at geography. Nashville is what I meant to say. Wouldn't want to go to Tennessee right now either.
no,
No.
that's
Memphis is
not
like-
good for lots of people.
Yeah, but
Memphis has like a really bad crime problem too.
yeah, I've heard about that. And plus, I get all the fucking Memphis over here because Drew's the only 10 I see.
Really going there?
You seem to act more offended when I compliment you than when I insult you and call you gay and say that I want to have gay butt sex with you.
I think it's because I get defensive when I'm like off balance and not used to something.
Yeah.
And I'm more used to the gay butt sex.
Yeah, you are. Don't you
Yes,
forget
you
it.
are. Yes, you are.
Drew
Slip
finally
in.
admits it. Drew dumped Julia's ass, and he's coming for me.
Speaking of
Pun
dumps.
intended.
Speaking of dumps.
Speaking of dumps, yeah, what's up?
Butts.
Hey, I have idea. Speak of dumps, butts. Hey, everybody.
I think the best part about
After
that
school arcade!
is that Drew took a sippy right after that. None of you got to see. He had the smuggest sippy I've ever seen in my life. But
Gotta stay
sip, sip.
hydrated.
Anyways,
Speak
I
of
picked
dumps, butts.
if I had a gun to my head, I'd pick Mongolia. Largely because I don't know about Mongolia. I think I know about China because the U.S.-led propaganda effort has crammed it down my throat, and
Yeah.
at this point, I'm fully convinced that they don't even have gasoline there. Russia. I don't need propaganda to know that things are shitty there,
Yeah.
dude. It's
I
just,
don't know anything about modern day Mongolia. Like,
yeah.
I know
Nothing.
that there are parts of Mongolia that are some of the last, because you know how like
Why are we talking about Mongolia? Are they friends of ours? Yeah, sorry, go.
there's a lot because there's a lot of
they're a
places that are
neighboring
very-
country. We have to know about them.
There's
okay.
a lot of places in like the periphery and the global south that are like very Americanized. But I know that there are parts of Mongolia that are like they do not like that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like they really separate themselves from like
Ain't no
like
McDonald's
American like industry and free trade.
What's the only country that's landlocked by another country? Is it Lesotho?
Myanmar.
Myanmar?
Like
Okay.
totally surrounded by another country?
Yeah. It's Myanmar? Okay. Does the Vatican count?
I was gonna say the Vatican would count.
Yeah.
Like it is like real strong
my
relationships
God.
with Italy.
Maybe it's like a city-state.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it's
it
its
is.
own country. Like legally speaking, I think it's its own country.
It's its own country, but it's like, come on, that's like a technicality. Like, barely.
Nothing in the rule book says that dogs can't play soccer.
It is so...
Liechtenstein?
Liechtenstein? By one country? Are you sure?
Oh,
No,
not
it's
by
surrounded
one,
by
not by one
tons.
country. No.
Yeah.
I really enjoy how, like, if we're going by landlocked countries, there are a lot, for sure. I really enjoy how
the one
geography is, like,
landlocked
collectively probely our worst subject.
Weakest, yeah.
Yeah, and we are talking about it for so long.
Let's move on.
Let's talk about it some more. Fuck you. I don't really like Hungary right now because
Yeah.
I'm of Hungarian heritage, and Viktor Orban, who people may recognize as the guy that sounded like Gru, that talked about cancel culture at the at CPAC or whatever
Yeah.
a few years ago. It's great because like he wants to be this like really powerful like kingpin from Spider-Verse like figure, and then he comes up on stage and goes like, "Now we have to be aware." It's really fantastic. Dude sucks, and if you like him, reevaluate yourself.
Yeah.
Hot take.
I don't apologize for my actions ever, including the ones I'm wrong about. That's what makes this country great.
Canada, built on mistakes. Well,
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
For the last few podcasts, I have openly blocked you whenever you tried to switch into the questions thing.
Are you going to invite it this time?
Yeah, I should invite it. I should stop being
Look,
so
the
mean
only
to you.
reason I'm worried is we got a lot of questions from our last show, which is a good thing. I ain't got no complaints about
and
that.
it shows that talking to the audience about the questions beforehand works.
Yeah, Daryl went on a rant at the
I
beginning.
still think it's the funniest thing I might have ever heard. Because I remember listening to it and being like, I could never write something as funny as Daryl airing out his grievances to the audience.
Yeah, yeah.
Him
Like, I thought he wanted to say one or two sentences at the beginning. No. He had opinions.
so sincere.
It wasn't meant to be a whole thing, but I got going and people seemed to enjoy it, so I was like, all right, I'll just ride this out.
You have a natural gift for a comedy, and I almost feel bad in the sense that I feel like some of your most comedic things you don't realize how funny they are, and that can sometimes be a pain, but like when you try to be funny, you're funny too, so you win some, you lose some.
All right, thank you. I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right, do I have a volunteer to ask the first question
What are the questions?
that we got from the audience in our last
He can, but what are the questions? What do we have? An improv
troop
Yeah, cool. And what happens at these improv
shows
that we
perform?
good, close enough. Yeah. What happens?
You're
at
not going
these
to feed me any more lines? Feed me this whole thing, Paul. I'm
All right.
hungry.
Drew when I pull out my dick. Feed me this whole thing, Paul. I'm hungry.
Also, in Drew's tone of voice, feed me this whole thing, Paul. I'm hungry.
You got to get the nasal in.
You want me to lick my own balls?
Him as a cat. Should we explain you want me to like my own post? Have we done that already?
I don't think so. Long story short, stop sitting away from the mic when you laugh. Your laugh is magical, Drew. He's still laughing.
Explain the thing. It's
All right, sweet. At one meeting, we were talking about boosting our shows, like how they appear on people's algorithms by like clicking going to the shows and stuff like that. And I was also saying, yeah, we've also got Instagram posts and for like posters for the show. It might help if they get as many likes as possible. So if we can, if we have the time to be able to do that, I think that would be wise for the troop. And Drew just like cuts in with his dry ass voice, going, "So you want me to like my own posts?" I can't even say it. It's too funny.
To be fair, I don't have an Instagram account. So the point was I would have to make an Instagram account for the sole purpose of liking my own posts.
Yeah.
Make it called liking my own posts. Be ironic with it.
2019.
Yeah. I don't give a shit, Drew. You'd like Instagram. There's a lot of memes there.
You want me to lick my own balls?
Anyways,
Feed me the whole thing, Paul. I'm hungry. Are we going to the Legion yet?
anyways, yeah, we at these shows we ask for our audience to write down little questions to ask on the podcast. Some of them are in jokes from the show, and if so, we're fucking skipping them this round. I don't make the rules.
I like the jokes from the show.
I like the jokes from
I'm
the
the
show when
only
they
one that
happen.
does.
I don't like the questions going like, remember this character you played? No, Chuckle Nuts, it was 30 fucking days ago. May as well have been 30 years.
30 years!
Yeah, we don't really remember the in jokes, and so
That's the nature of improv, right?
that's just a thing. Like even if the show was yesterday, I don't remember what happened.
It ain't nothing but a thing, as a wise man once said.
Yeah, exactly.
You're legitimately like fucking Dumbledore from the Potter Puppet Palace going, I don't even remember 5 minutes ago.
Pretty much. And also, I do want to mention that when I did tell everybody about the questions, I asked them to put their name down. So let's make sure, and if not, I don't know. Skip it, rip it, burn it, whatever.
Skip it,
Pop
rip
it.
it, and no,
Technologic.
I got nothing.
Ah, yes.
Very good.
Strip it. There we go.
Strip it. Clip it.
Nip it.
In the bud.
Yummy.
All right, read the damn question.
Many of the skits recently are more laid back on the pacing.
Holy shit!
Damn! What a cold open.
Discuss the concepts and benefits of creating rapid, fast-paced games. It's supposed to be spelled games. Dad.
Hey! Whose dad was that?
Skits again with the skits.
Well, let me tell you about the gams there, Dunkstifer. Well, I can tell you that we do whatever the fuck we want.
Also, no question.
How about that?
Yeah, it's
It's a discussion point.
I recently noticed that your shows are worse. Discuss making them better.
Laid back does not mean worse, my friend.
Different. Discuss things that I like. Dad.
I will actually make a comment about that. I've had, I mean, we've talked about it briefly before in terms of like, you know, you look at stuff like Whose Line Is It Anyway? You look at stuff like Dropout.
I would like that.
You know, old college humor. It's not
lick my own face.
officially not college humor anymore.
I'm hungry. Feed me cum.
A lot of the online.
So many Drews in this room right now.
A lot of
How
the,
does this happen every podcast where you're saying something?
because you don't care what I'm talking about. Nobody cares.
Everyone be silent.
Okay, we're
Let
sorry,
the
we're
Grinch
sorry,
steal
Drew.
Christmas. Go.
What I'm trying to say is a lot of the popular online improv and like improv adjacent things are very fast paced. You get a prompt, you speak for like, you riff on it for like 30 seconds, and then you move on to the next prompt. It's very different to what we often practice and do. And I don't know, I think those kinds of things would work on stage. But it does feel like there's a lot of, I don't know, different skill set. Do you know what I'm talking about with like the, you know, World's Worst or
He's being ironic, but I'm listening.
things like World's Worst, or like I'm thinking of the Dropout things where it's like sound effects.
Yeah, we don't do a lot of like rapid fire. Ain't this goofy? Ain't this goofy? We do a lot of esoteric. Everything needs to have meaning.
We try to get things to like build off of each
Yeah.
other, and that doesn't work when you're like stop and starting.
Yeah, we're not quite Arrested Development level, but nearly everything feels like it needs to have significance. We can't ever have a one-off line in a
Right.
scene.
Or at least try not.
And I mean, that's also been like something I raised with the group before. I talked about how like it's kind of strange how, and like I guess this was worded as a criticism at the time. I at this point only find it fascinating that I felt I couldn't play an object in a scene without accidentally, seemingly relaying to the group without my knowledge, I want you to treat me like a character. Remember how I was talking about how I couldn't just play like a tree in a scene? People would come up and be like, "Hello, tree, how are you today?" and like
Right.
wait for me to talk.
Yeah, like I don't want to say a line.
Or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
my
and
own
that's-
pulse.
That's
Or
that's
lick my
similar
own balls.
and that's similar to. Oh man, is this what being you is like? It
Yeah,
sucks.
it's really bad.
And I think that's what Duckstifer is getting down to. And like, I don't disagree that things are not more laid back though. I'd say things are more purposefully buildy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that things can still be chaotic. Even in the last show, things got very chaotic at certain parts. And you don't do 2-hour shows with one long form and have it constantly be chaotic, for heaven's sakes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
so wild.
there are highs and lows, but I think in our earlier shows, especially out of the pandemic when we started doing shows again, there was a lot of like short form games involved, and our long
Yeah,
form.
we definitely did move away from more short form games.
It was sort of half and half, short form, long form.
Yeah.
And as we've sort of progressed, it's become more and more long form. And like the last show, we had one short form game. The rest was the long form.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think that's what he's talking about. It's like, well, it takes a little bit more time. You're not getting those quick laughs as you used to or whatever. But I mean, I enjoy what we do. I enjoy all of it. The short form or long form, like it's all, you're all great. You're all great. But yeah, I mean, if I were to choose, I would go for the longer form stuff. I like telling stories. I like, building up on characters and stuff, but it takes time.
As well, as you said, I'm building off of that. It's going to naturally gravitate to what we like, our things. Same thing with this podcast. It's naturally gravitated to this state where we like goof around for a little bit and then answer questions, and that's what we feel the most comfortable doing.
Yeah. Like if we naturally gravitate towards being filled with the testosterone, it's going to be like that for the whole time.
Yeah, we're fresh and fit now. Dump your girlfriend and because she. What if she thought of porn once? I don't like fresh and fit.
Speaking of girlfriend, can you take your bra back? She left.
Left it here?
Yeah, she left
Oh
it.
no,
That
Paul! Why
honestly
did you
doesn't
tell that?
surprise me.
Why did you tell that
She
with
took
Paul?
it off after
You
she.
should have waited until he left.
E.T. phone home.
Oh,
She's
dude.
putting the.
One
He's
bug
putting
eye
the
button.
cups up to his eyes.
How do you tie this? I'll just put it in a knot.
You don't tie them.
It's not a tie. Oh my god.
I've never taken
Have
off
you
a
ne-
bra in my life.
Have you never touched breasts
All right,
before?
Paul. Ask
I
this
have.
next
It's been
question.
fucking great. Yeah.
Ask this next question.
It
You're
was
next
so
in the
cool.
order.
I
All right,
love
cool.
sex.
Can we take?
Just to finish off.
Can we take a picture of that?
Yeah, sure. Just to finish off that point about. Yeah,
Paul
well,
looks
you
like
guys
an
take
alien
pictures
right
of
now.
me with a fucking bra on my face.
You look like a bug.
12?
You look like a bug.
How dare you?
Black and white.
That hurt me deeply. I think even if we tried to move back into short form, as we did with the Shortest Month Shorts show in February of this year, I think it's normal that, like, if we like a certain thing, Daryl's absolutely correct. If we like a certain thing, even without us meaning to, we're just going to go back to it because we're eventually just going to go like, oh, we could do this for this next thing. And because our shows are always like, ooh, this would be a cool concept, we're going to gravitate to the things we like.
Yeah, there's been a couple in the last like little bit where it's like, oh, we really like this concept. Well, that wouldn't work with too much short form, so it kind of has to be mostly long form.
Yeah. If we tried catering to what we think the audience likes as well, even as speaking as someone whose doctrine in improv is what does the audience want?
Right.
Even as someone who's like that, if we try to pretend we know what the audience wants from a structural standpoint of like short form versus long form and ignore our own interests, we're only going to shoot ourselves in the foot.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't your doctrine more like give the audience what they want in that moment?
Yeah,
Versus
100%, 100%.
like the show theme?
Yep, you understand the nuance completely. Yeah. My approach to improv is always like you're on the same page as the audience and it's almost like a conversation where like you're telling a joke in that sense where you're almost like winking to the audience, either going like, we all knew this was happening and now it's here. And even when you're subverting, it's just sort of like, bet you didn't see this coming, and you do it in such a way where the audience goes, oh, this is cool, and not like, what? I never want to like do something at the like to the confusion of the audience or
Right.
to one up the audience.
They have to buy in.
Yeah, the audience, in my opinion, always has to be higher status than the comedian.
That's fair.
And if we're always catering to Doug, we're like basically catering to the lowest common denominator.
Oh shit! If you listen to our podcast, you'd be rolling back in your rocking chair right now. Does your dad own a rocking chair?
I'm sure he has like a lazy boy that rocks.
Oh, is this how bras work?
Yeah, can we do one more picture?
With what?
With the bra on your face.
You already have several. Fuck off.
Take it after the podcast. We have shit to do.
All right. Deep State Will asks,
Deep state will.
what alternate? I want to show you how he wrote this because he wrote extra words and pointed to the extra word and then pointed back into the sentence.
To like fill in the blank.
Yeah. What alternate future should have been written in the book of the present, and what sandwich featured prominently? I think this is related to our last
This is
show,
related to the show.
but I'm gonna make a new scene for this. That's how we're gonna handle these questions from now on. You dumb fuck, Will. So what alternate future should have been written in the book of the present? Okay, so Deep State Will, I'm gonna answer I'm gonna answer in the form of like what I think now I interpret this as.
Yeah.
What alternate future should have been written in the book of the present? If I could write the future, I'd make sure Honda goes bankrupt.
Really?
Yeah.
If I could read your mind.
In
I don't know why that
fact-
popped in my head. That's
Gordon
weird.
Lightfoot.
Maybe he was in an ad or something like that. I don't know.
Gordon Lightfoot?
In fact, I'd make Hyundai have a monopoly over cars and Honda be the first to fall.
Why?
Yeah.
Because the more
Why are you
vowels,
so opinionated on cars?
because the more vowels, the better.
More vowels, the valuable.
The more valuable. Yeah, exactly. And Honda is just Hyundai, but shitty in that metric.
That's
in that
the-
metric, you
I feel
can't
like
deny that.
that's the only
opposite of,
metric.
Like, cars,
but
though.
if we were using that lens, you cannot argue with my logic. If we're arguing pure number of vowels,
Yeah.
you have to concede.
So in
which
that,
means
they
I
both start with an
win.
H.
What about Chevrolet?
Well, no, this is just between Honda and Hyundai.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Only two car companies.
Two
that
car
matter.
makers in different countries, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, one succeeds, one fails.
What about Acura?
The movie?
No,
No, Acura is like the
Thinking about
Honda.
Akira.
It's the
Yeah, I am, but that's how they pronounce it in Japan. Akira.
Akira?
Yeah.
the fancy Honda. It's spelt different than Acura.
How is it spelled?
Uh,
Dance monkey.
How is it spelled?
A-C-U-R-A.
A-C-U-R-A, right?
Yeah. Like what
That's
I
actually 3 vowels.
It means like precision, or like the symbol means precision or something?
Yeah, but Hyundai, if you count Y as a vowel, and let's face it, sometimes.
What was that? That was the most limp-wristed thing to say.
Y-U-A-I, which is 4. And also, a thing to say if you're severely offended at an AI, but also Victorian. Y-U-A-I.
Why you?
Anyways, that's good enough, right? And what
Sure.
sandwich featured prominently? I think it was a Reuben in the original improv scene. Bitch, I don't remember Deep State well. I'll be honest, it was a month ago.
The gabagola.
The Gabagola sandwich. We're not racist. Next.
There was like an Italian thing involved, so I think that might be true. All right, not a question, but easy enough to convert to one.
Ooh.
Couch or Chesterfield? Defend. By Karen.
All right. That Couch or Chesterfield could have a question mark after it, but
It
if
could.
she didnn't do
She
it,
didn't
then
put one though.
yeah,
It
thanks.
says defend.
All
and
right.
so, you know.
Maybe
it's
those
like
are two separate statements. Like there are troops outside the house.
Couch or Chesterfield? Defend your position!
Missionary. Anyways, I would say,
Reverse-
bro. Before we answer
reverse
this fucking
cowgirl.
question, I was facilitating a jam at a university the other day, and like at one point they were doing prompts, and they were trying to figure out like different prompts, and like they just did scenes about, they're kind of new to improv, so they did scenes where like, haha, isn't schizophrenia funny, or like, haha, drugs, like
Right,
all those
right,
like low hanging fruit.
Oh, yeah.
Someone took a shit on a grocery store floor, like all the stuff.
Oh, they seem
And-
very experienced.
Yeah, and
They are very experienced.
and.
You gonna cut that out too? Probably. Probably.
And the person
Pull it together. Pull it together.
pulling it together. I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. Fuck off. The person doing the next prompt was all like, "All right, y'all, give me a position," and like I immediately went like on autopilot. I was still looking at the floor. I went missionary, and like they all went, "Whoa! I called for." Oh!
This is after taking a shit on the floor?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was like, are you guys fucking kidding me? You guys don't know sex exists? But you make all these jokes about, like, shitting on grocery store floor. Is that what you do for fun instead of sex? You ever heard of
gotta
being
find
in
better-
university?
Better hobbies.
Yeah, no kidding.
Ever been in love?
You ever been in love? It's better than shitting on a floor. I've
in
done
love,
both.
Being in love is more obscene than destruction of property.
Via shit.
Yeah.
A missionary isn't even part of love.
Why not?
It's just a part of sex. It's a biological
Amen.
thing. It's a
Anyways,
biological thing.
sex is-
It doesn't involve love at all.
I just leaned into it and I just started going like reverse lotus, like even more obscure
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
and stuff like that. And everyone was like, "Paul, stop, please!" And I was mystified because I was like, I don't know about the rest of you, both in this room and like also thinking me back then when I was facilitating the jam. I'm way more uncomfortable when like people just bring up drugs and nothing else as the punchline than mentioning sex positions.
Yeah, like if you're like making fun of people like on drugs, there is the possibility that you're just like making fun of mental illness.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
like,
I mean,
addiction.
as I mentioned, they made fun of schizophrenia, so that's not really a concern for them.
Yeah.
Pretty black and white, that one.
Yeah.
And then it's like that's uncomfortable. And then you say sex positions.
That's like saying, well, you're racist to a KKK member. They'll raise one hand like this and go, yeah.
yeah.
See, okay,
What I'm trying to say is that improv jam is like the KKK. Go on.
what you have to realize is that there are so few female members in improv clubs that everybody has to be like extremely careful about mentioning sex, about like, you know, making them like feel uncomfortable, because we can all be uncomfortable together regarding, you know, making fun of mental illness or drugs or whatever else, or the unhoused. But you know, at the end of the day, sex is only going to make the female members uncomfortable, and definitely not any male members, right?
What?
Right?
I don't I was with you right up until the very end.
I think
Like the
that's
very
that
end.
may be the point.
Shit. All right, I got your joke now. Running on 2 hours.
I know the audience can't see Daryl's face, but he definitely delivered it with a smug look.
I can't read Daryl at all.
You can't read?
Not Daryl.
Oh, you're just a little stupid.
You're illiterate.
You're a literal.
You're a literal. You're a literal.
That's like a literal.
It's day of literal day.
Checkmate, literals.
All right, I'm dumb.
It
and
is
I
day
deserve
of
this.
being holding. Let's throw
definitely-
rocks at Village Literal.
I definitely deserve this. If you're listening, you should be judging me right now because that was an obvious joke from Daryl and I missed it.
Cut that out. Just,
No,
just laugh now. It's okay.
That would be such a fucking as the editor. I have to leave in the parts where I eat shit.
Okay.
I also make fun of Drew all the goddamn time. If I
And that's
conveniently,
definitely getting left in.
yeah, if I conveniently leave out the parts where I'm stupid, that's mean. That's mean to the rest
It'd be
of
so
you.
one-sided. We didn't answer the question. I've never used the word Chesterfield.
Can I just have one more point to that?
Okay.
I just wanted to say that Daryl's fucking prescient because I feel like you had a genuine point behind that.
Oh, okay.
And like you are absolutely correct. There were like 5 women and like 17 men and 2 non-binary people there.
Yeah, and so if you open the floodgates of like sex talk, and then it's like all the guys will be like, "Oh, this is funny, this is great," and then soon like all the female members will start dwindling, where it's just like one
Already dwindled.
one like female member just staying true because like they're partners with like an exec member,
Or they're
and that's
horny.
it. Or they're comfortable with sex.
Which is weird because do you remember Ross? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he told me that he was astonished that when like a certain
Yum.
was leading the improv organization, he was astonished to learn that like the men had outnumbered the women at all because he originally joined the improv club to meet girls.
Come on, dude.
It was more...
Come on, man.
It's true. Ross is gay. It's okay.
He was okay.
I didn't
I
know
don't know how that affects things though. Like
I thought you were saying come on because I thought you meant like he was like shallow or something.
No, I mean like come on, like really?
Yeah,
like,
no, genuinely.
Like every improv thing I've ever been to, it's like mostly men or presenting males, right?
Oh yeah,
Like,
when I joined, it was
That's my
mostly women.
experience.
Yeah.
No, that's not my experience, but that's my experience.
You joined around the same time. It was mostly.
I don't remember it being mostly women, though.
All right, cut this out, me.
Yum.
Fucking.
I'm just
Bingus.
misremembering.
Yeah.
Chesterfield.
Bingus Tingus. Who the fuck is this? Have you seen that? Yeah, Bingus Tingus. Who the fuck is Pingus Tingus? I never heard of him.
What was he referring to again?
He was just referring to like some guy from Lithuania who was drafted to like a basketball team, and the comments were like all like most sane Knicks fan, quietest man in New York, all this stuff. I love those sorts of jokes.
Fuck is Pingus.
It's such a good meme video. Okay, my apologies. Let's talk about Chesterfields.
I don't know. I have no opinion on either. I don't care. I mean, if it turns into a bed, that's cool. Like I'm for a couch that turns into a bed. That's the only thing.
I've heard that Chesterfield is like a thing, but I've also heard that apparently like I forget if it's Chesterfield or like a similar word. It definitely something beginning with like CH or something like that, and it forms at the corners of your eyes. Is that
Chud.
Chud? It's not chud.
I don't think that's what it is.
Oh, chum. It's chum.
It's not chum. It's like the dry eye stuff.
Okay.
Apparently, some people refer to that as like it's not Chesterfield, but it's something like that. I
sure
don't know what
it's not
Chesterfield is. I know
Like what
I think
distinguishes it from other types
Yeah,
of couches?
I know what a love seat is. I know
Right.
what that distinguishes.
Or like a futon.
distinguished tingish.
I believe Chesterfield is a brand that became a genericide, like Kleenex or refrigerator.
Refrigerator was that's neat.
Yeah, it used to be a brand, and now it's everything.
Refrigerator.
Before it was refrigeration device.
Yo, you ever seen fucking Winnie the Pooh and like the narrator would always be referred to as the narrator?
Narrator?
I love that. Especially since like there was one point when like it was getting meta and Tigger was like it was like and so they all went to the Tigger was like, who the fuck is that? Or whatever. And like he went, hello, I'm the narrator. And like 5-year-old me went, this deserves a fucking Oscar.
He broke the sound barrier.
Yeah. And by sound barrier you mean fourth wall.
Even 5-year-old you was the meta one.
I don't like it now. It's way too
All right,
abundant.
let's move on.
All right.
This is from Eric.
Yay! I like Eric. And so do you.
Okay. Yes, I do. I'm sorry.
What is your favorite way to count to 10?
Using my voice.
Linearly.
Yeah.
Linearly.
1, 2, 3,
Using
4,
whole numbers.
5,
What's the question?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Douche.
You pointed at Drew when you said douche. That wasn't nice.
That wasn't nice. And Drew threw a piece of paper at me. Could have sliced my neck open. Yeah, there we go. Next. That's good enough.
This is a question for me.
Specifically?
Okay. Someone
Luke, why
also
are you so handsome? From me.
from Dad. It's from Sandra. Also, they had 4 names written there, but 3 of them were crossed out. The 3 names were Monica, Rita, and Jessica.
Mambo number 5. Yes.
Do you know who sent this to you?
Sandra.
No, but do you know who actually?
In the sun.
Do you think their name is actually Sandra? Or do you think
In the sun.
Do you think they're just pulling a prank and they're not actually Sandra?
In the sun.
They're probably Sandra.
Oh, what? Not? Are you serious?
Only when you do it, Paul.
Sandra.
In the sun.
God damn it.
Question for Luke.
Sandra?
In the sun.
All right.
Question for Luke.
I'm gonna pull that out near the end of the podcast. Just you fucking wait. I'll test you.
Okay.
Question for Luke.
In the sun.
Oh shit.
Sorry.
Question for Luke.
Sandra.
The sun.
Question for Luke.
Sandra.
Sun.
Question for Luke.
Sandra.
Okay, alright, let's go. Let's get on here.
Okay, so I'll just begin.
You didn't say.
In the sun.
Let me just, I'll just begin. Question for Luke.
Sandra.
Stop it!
The whole middle part of this podcast.
Cut all of the Sandras out.
Now put them all in a row, me.
No!
Just cut all the Sanders out and just have Luke go. Question for Luke. Question for Luke.
In the sun.
Question for Luke.
Yeah, I'll cut out me saying Sandra. It'll look like Daryl being mean for no reason.
Okay. This question comes from Sandra. Question for Luke.
Sandra.
Yes, sorry, go ahead.
Skip that part.
Sorry, okay.
You know me. I'm allergic to not bits.
Question for Luke.
Oh, Sandra.
This question is for Luke. What is your favorite Kirkland product?
Oh,
Good question.
nice. Because you work
For
at school.
I like The Shining.
You look real proud of yourself.
I am.
Question for Luke.
Sandra.
What is your favorite Kirkland product? Oh, I'd have to think about that.
Are we cutting out that thing? You just said it as if you said it for the first time.
No. What is your favorite Kirkland product?
Oh my lord.
Their goat cheese is pretty good. It's on sale right now.
Ooh, I like the Gruyere. Gruyère's nice.
What's Kirkland?
Kirkland is
Costco.
the Costco brand that they have. certain
It's like the
products
no
under.
name.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
The
like-
store brand.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not Kirkland. Never mind.
Yeah. Also, their like garlic pepper chicken is pretty good. That's more of like a deli thing, but it's considered the Kirkland product because it's made in Costco, but it's made in the store itself.
Luke,
Yeah.
you are a film major, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever met a film major who said their favorite Kubrick movie was Lolita?
No.
I don't think such a human being exists that isn't in jail
Yeah, or on a list.
or on a list of in jail.
On a penitentiary attendance list.
Yo, this
Cell number
next
119 is
question.
present.
Yo, this next fucking question. Are you ready for it?
Yep.
You think you're ready for it?
Yep.
No, I don't.
I'll give you the choice because both ways this will be awesome. Name first or question first?
Name.
Name?
Name.
This comes from Jennifer, aka Mom.
Sandra.
Is it time for another barbecue?
Oh.
Right? That's so sweet.
That's sweet.
Y'all were such good guests last time.
No, it's not.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait a couple more months.
I can't afford another tire iron.
The price of entry.
They've gone up. Can you imagine every time I see her at her place, I gift her another tire iron, and she thinks it's humorous for the first 3 or 4.
Right.
But eventually, she's like, "Stop giving
It's
me
taking
these.
up too much
Close my
space.
garage.
This is no longer funny. I don't like this." Just the garage door, like. The winter winds get in. I can't close it with the tire irons, please.
I can only sell so many, but everyone in Cambridge has a tire iron.
Anyways, that's very sweet.
Yeah, it is. Let's do another barbecue.
Hell yeah.
It'd be more efficient to burn it down and sell the scrap metal.
That was another Costco product. She got the steaks, right?
Think so.
That was from Costco.
That's pretty good. Their meat
think
is pretty
so.
good. I mean, the steak dinner that I cooked for you guys, that's Costco steak.
That's
Those
right.
are pretty,
that was
pretty high
thick
quality.
meat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
That was
pretty.
real. That was like.
They get
man,
good
like
meat, yeah.
You could slap that meat, you know?
It had a little Drew's ass to it, I will admit.
Drew's ass?
My ass is not thick.
Yeah, but I
No,
compare
I-
everything that
It's like
is
slapping
slappable.
like it's
Oh,
like
it's
slapping
slappable.
cardboard.
No, it's like when you're in the grocery store. When you're in the grocery.
Cardboard box.
You leave it
I've
dented.
I've slapped your ass once before. Would you be willing to pretend you're wiping? Stand up for me.
Yeah. Never gonna live that one down.
That's gonna be a no for me, dog.
What was it that we had a call? I think last time that made me laugh a lot. It's just like Drew shitting in a urinal and a white
Oh,
thing
yeah.
standing up in the middle of the room in his workplace bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
And so
How
it's
do
like,
we-
what the hell are you doing?
I was supposed to be like getting in trouble for something else, and you're like, no, I don't care about that. Somebody saw you wiping at the urinal.
It was the boss roleplay. We were doing this bit about Drew getting in trouble at work, and I completely changed gears because I'm me. You've heard me on the podcast. You know this about me. And I just started doing this bit of like, hey, Drew, thanks for coming into my office today. I realize you've got a lot of work to do, so I'll get right down to it. What you do on company time is fine, but a couple of the other coworkers are complaining, and you were caught shitting in a urinal, so we need to remind you that you need to not do that. You were, according to them, you were wiping standing up. Apparently you were in the middle of the room, and you had locked eyes with them as you continued doing it, and we just need to ask you that you go into a stall for the future when you need to shit.
And this is what I deal with on a weekly basis.
It's such a small office, dude. There's like 13 people.
If anyone listening to this thinks that we hammed this up in any way for the podcast, I can virtually guarantee our energy is no different in our meetings, our weekly meetings.
Yeah.
Other than it being at like 10 o'clock at night.
Even then, our energy isn't different. Like, maybe the
More
soul...
delirious.
Yeah, we're a little bit more tired after a day of work as opposed to this where we clear our day to meet up and do this, but, like, the energy is by and large still the same.
Yeah.
Alright, what's the next question?
Okay. So this is not from me.
Okay, well...
It says, do you lads have a favorite sport or activity that involves exercise?
That does sound like it came from you.
I know it's a long shot, but I'm low on questions. Sincerely, Evil Daryl Dean Esquire.
I knew I shouldn't have let that fucker leave the building alive.
There can
I
only
know.
be one.
Something evil about him.
I don't know why they put my... And they spelled it right, so they know my name.
What?
This
Yeah.
question bums me. Yeah, you got it.
What?
This question bums me out.
Why?
What kind of physical activity do you enjoy doing?
Oh.
What kind of exercise?
Oh.
What kind of sport?
Oh.
I still don't get it.
What am I crushed about?
What are we trying to avoid on this podcast?
I'm gonna abstain from this.
Are you sure? Because you've mentioned before how you really like...
Fucking?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm back in this.
And you really like Drew's ass.
That is a
Whoa,
sport.
whoa.
It's an activity, at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
A sport or activity that
Finding-
involves exercise.
I like playing Find the Hole with Drew. It's more difficult than you think. His anus is too high.
Editor.
I was born a freak.
It's above his butt. Like it's at the. It's at the.
It's above the tailbone.
Yeah.
Why do you think he has to stand up to wipe, dude? He can't reach it.
It's small of his back.
He puts like a piece of toilet paper on the wall so he can just like scrub his wall
The bare
against.
necessities of life. I'm just scratching my back.
His back. Editor Paul, can you just put a repeated sound of someone slapping a cardboard box?
Sure, I'll find it. If not, I'll record it.
That's so stupid.
What would a tramp stamp look like? It would just be like a round.
A butthole?
Yeah.
For you, it would look like a tattoo around the beehole, my man. This is now part of the lore. Like I said, we're trying to be Arrested Development. This is part of your canon. You wipe standing up, but your anus is too high.
Yeah, that's the blue paint of your lore.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like when you shit, more often than not, you have to be like the cool pastor and face the bowl.
The what?
You have to be like the cool pastor and face the bowl. Like, hey gang, let's rap for a second.
Oh, okay, I see what you're
The youth pastor. Yeah.
So you're
yeah,
sitting. So you're sitting on the toilet backwards.
yeah, exactly.
So it falls in behind me.
I pictured it. That's gross.
It's more like it just like drips down your back.
I feel like I would
This
get
is
like
awful. I've started something awful.
a specialty toilet that's like a bed,
Ours
and I
are
can like just lay on it.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to anybody who's eating during this podcast.
I don't like physical activity. I'm not gonna lie to you. Especially with the headache, it makes it very hard to like sweat or anything because it like makes me dizzy.
Tell me you go stiff as a board when you fuck. Like you wait for your partner to do something else, and you're just sort of like, go.
I'm waiting.
I have to touch my own penis. That's disgusting. He's a never nude.
He's a never nude. Yeah.
Oh yes.
I'll understand more than you'll never know. I love that scene. More Arrested Development. Now we're referencing TV shows. It's not as bad, dude. And TV shows you know about.
That's true. The thing with referencing TV shows, though, is there's so much more of a commitment, and there's so many more references in the shows that it's easier to miss them.
Do you fear commitment?
Yeah.
Oh. Next question. Drew's favorite sport? Fearing commitment.
Keeps me up at night.
World champion.
Mr. Worldwide.
All right. No, this is
Butthole's
handwritten.
too high.
Fuck.
All of them are handwritten, you
No,
dumbass.
but like in cursive.
We didn't get any typed fucking telegrams.
It's in cursive.
Dear loser, after school arcade.
It's worse than that. It's partially in cursive and partially printed.
Oh my god.
I can read it.
Oh, okay, here you go.
You said it's
Was that
in
selling
cursive.
Catwoman?
Maybe.
I didn't see it for very long, to be
I
fair.
read it as like. Oh, no, it's Corwan.
Oh, it's Corwan. Oh man, that's my own housemate. Hey Corwan, thanks, dude. Thanks for doing the podcast, dude. We had difficulties last time because I couldn't read. Remember this? I couldn't read my own housemate's handwriting.
Yeah, Corwan,
Yeah.
aka Catwoman.
Don't be mean.
Okay, so this
does like
is
scats.
you love Corwan, but you hate
do.
his questions
Do
because
I?
there's two questions here, and both of them are referencing the show.
Corwan,
We've had this talk.
I'm so disappointed in you.
I will bring out the claws.
The Santa Claus.
Funny you should mention. Well, okay.
Yes, to put
Funny you should mention claws. The first question is, which exotic animal would you smuggle?
I bet Tim Allen pushed Santa off the roof and lied about it.
and
on purpose?
and
Yeah.
framed somebody else for
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Sorry, what?
Which exotic animal would you smuggle?
For what? Money or my own pet?
Sure.
Okay. For my own pet, an exotic beetle. I'd love.
Really?
Yeah, beetles are so great because
So
they.
boring.
No, they're not. They're fantastic.
All
They're-
right, fuck me then.
No, they're not. They're really cool.
I like them for a lot of reasons. Number one, they're odorless. Sorry, I'm hijacking this again. Tangent incoming. My housemate has a cat, right? Not core one, the other one. My housemate has a cat, and my cat doesn't know how to efficiently do its business because whenever it finishes going to the washroom, every single fucking time, its paws are covered in feces and pee, and it tracks it all over the house. And as a result, you're nasty. As a result, every so often, my housemate, like genuinely, every 2 days, my other housemate needs to mop the floors, or else your socks will stink of cat piss. And
That's so bad.
It's now become a chicken and egg situation where even if the floors are mopped, my shoes, which are not washable, and everything I've tried so far, reek of cat piss to the extent where I'll be sitting in class, I'll shift around, and I'll smell it coming up from my shoes, and I get so fucking insecure. And it's a chicken and egg situation now because if I clean my shoes, I'm like, well, maybe the socks will track the cat piss and get back into my shoes.
Right, like it'll just keep happening.
Yeah, and if my shoes aren't clean enough, even if my socks are clean, they'll go into... I have gone through, no joke of a lie, 11 pairs of socks in the past 5 fucking days. I used to be the type of person to wear socks 2 days in a row because they weren't that bad, and I don't really sweat that much for my feet.
But then you got this cat.
Oh
For
my
living
lord.
with this cat.
Yeah, and now 11 pairs, and still every time I like walk out and go to my fucking university job, I'm just like shifting in my chair, and I just get so fucking insecure because my shoes reek of cat piss.
To put onions in your shoes.
I'm not gonna do that. That's gonna make it worse.
No, it'll deodorize it. Onions are deodorizers.
You ever smelled onions?
Yeah, it's gonna smell
ever
like onions, but I
onion
mean
breath?
that's like way better than cat piss,
Combined
It
with
is the lesser of two evils.
right?
I guess.
I don't think it's. I think it's gonna combine with the cat piss.
No.
I think I'm
that's
just gonna associate the smell of onions with cat piss, and the next time I'm cooking, I'm gonna hate myself.
Crying for a whole different reason.
Why don't you cook with cat piss?
Oh,
There's
there
so
you
many
go.
reasons why I'm not going to cook with cat piss. Anyways, so yeah, needless to say, I'm very enthusiastic about odor-free pets right now. Beetles are surprisingly completely odor-free.
Unless it's a stink bug.
Maybe.
I
they beetles?
heard they stink.
But apparently,
they are.
Hercules beetles are fantastic pets because they can live unusually long for an insect, up to a year, if you keep them well. They're like pretty friendly and they're pretty low maintenance. Like you can be gone for like a week, and as long as you prepare accordingly, they're fine.
Wow. If it was tame, I would like a cheetah.
If it was tame.
Yeah, if it never hurt me, those things are fucking cool.
I love
and
cheetahs.
they're very affectionate.
Are they
Yeah,
cheetahs?
they're like
To
affectionate.
humans.
They're affectionate as like a cat, but they're big. They're like a dog. They're like a large dog-sized cat.
They're like machine gun shaped.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they are.
What does
No,
that
you're
mean?
right.
They're very long and slender.
Okay.
They're not like dog shaped where it's just sort of like big bloof. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Now, obviously, don't have a cheetah as a pet, not just for ethical reasons, but also like it gets frisky sometimes. But you shouldn't have big cats as pets. That's bad.
Right.
Is it still the fastest land animal?
I think so.
Do
Okay.
you think it got usurped by something?
Yeah, like we discovered something, or even just like something was found clocking at a higher speed. And it's like, well, I guess the wildebeest takes
I
it.
Yeah. No, it's faster than wildebeest, but it can only do it for bursts.
Yeah, the funny thing about cheetahs is they're the fastest animal, but they're also like the worst at chasing things.
Yeah.
Which I think is hilarious.
Mountain lions are apparently like one of the best cats at chasing things. If
Yeah?
you see a mountain lion, you should never back away. You should just apparently open your jacket, make yourself big, and just go, ah!
Like
at
try
it.
to scare it away.
Yeah, because if it's looking at you, it's already hunting you, apparently. Like, it has no business looking at... It's kind of like regular cats. Like, they'll just maybe go, like... If they're not
It's not
interested
gonna
in
do
you.
a double take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. If
Yeah,
they're
I mean,
looking
if
at you, yeah.
if a mountain
Mountain
lion
lion.
is looking at you, you're lucky you saw it. Basically,
I wouldn't feel very lucky, to be honest, if a mountain lion was looking at me.
not in a universal sense of lucky, but lucky in that moment.
I suppose. If a lion saw me, I'd feel pretty lucky. I'm like,
No, if you saw the lion,
Right. If I saw a lion, yeah. No, unless it's at the fucking African lion safari, then, like, I would not.
Paid ad.
sponsored.
Oh.
Paid ad.
Paid ad?
P-Dad.
Paid
Dad.
advertisement.
Paid ad. I thought you were making a Family Guy reference.
Paid
oh,
ad.
paid ad.
Yeah.
Paid ad.
The horse is here.
Remember when we went to African lion safari?
Cuts to Peter beating the shit out of a talking elephant.
Oh, hey, lion.
Oh, damn you, fat man. Damn you, Chris Griffin.
I don't know what animal I would want to. I feel like
Fuck you, Chris Griffin. Yeah.
Fuck you, Christopher Columbus.
Fuck you, Chris Christie.
problem with exotic animals is I think Paul's onto something in terms of like a low maintenance pet because there's so much infrastructure for like normal animals, but there's not for like the special needs of exotic animals. It's not really an exotic animal, but I would love to have a raccoon as a pet. You don't really have to smuggle it. You're just not supposed to have them.
Fuck you, Christian religion. Stewie becomes a fedora tipper.
Raccoons are really territorial, though.
Yeah, so I
Like
just
they-
wouldn't-
Aren't
I
they
just
high maintenance?
Wouldn't ever
Yeah,
move.
they.
No, they're
Aren't they
absolutely
high?
maintenance. They're
Yeah, no,
absolutely-
they,
Aren't
like,
they high?
They're mischievous. They get into shit. They're very smart at getting into shit. And if you try and take them away, they like get like
No, if I
dangerous.
If I had a raccoon as a pet, I would definitely not do it in an apartment. I would have like
You already have Julia.
a place.
a raccoon.
Is she a raccoon?
I've been meaning to tell you this, but your girlfriend's a raccoon.
Very territorial.
Why the Canadian accent?
I don't know. That's
Okay.
his
Because
dad.
because the pillow looks like a
Yeah.
raccoon on your head.
Hey, buddy. Can I
This
talk
looks
to
like
you
he's
for
doing
a
a
second?
racist caricature of like. Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Can I talk to you for a second? I know you're enjoying your relationship, but
I know. I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend's a raccoon. What'd you say to it?
I said that combined with that thing on your head with its tail and that accent, it looked like you were doing a racist caricature of a native Canadian.
Oh, shit.
Oi! Did I ever tell you about the raccoon butt?
No.
Maybe, but I
Drew
knew where to
loves
go on.
butts.
He does. Everything but his
Speaking of
own.
dumps.
At one point on my parents' farm, as I mentioned, they have like horses and stuff like that. They have this in this old barn. And before the barn was reformatted for horses, what?
There's so many more to go through.
I'll be quick. There was a raccoon that apparently was trying to get through the top window in the attic, which we never go into because the raccoons just run wild there. It's like we haven't maintained it, like all that stuff.
Okay, it's their home.
Yeah, exactly. And there's like this open window there. And so a raccoon was crawling into it and I guess got stuck or something. And he died there.
Oh no!
And so for 6 months, there was...
Nobody moved them?
It was on the second floor and there's no way to get there.
A ladder!
What
do you mean there's no way to get there?
Hey, Drew, what do you remember about my mom and dad?
You could do it!
I didn't want to.
I refuse.
I was also like a minor at the time.
Alright.
And so
lots of ladders.
for 6 months. Also, it didn't bother us. We weren't going in there very often. This was before we had horses. The barn was basically decorative at that point.
Okay.
And there was just this raccoon butt.
But what if there
outside
were
that.
other raccoons in there that got stuck in there?
It wasn't the only entrance.
Okay.
There was just one window.
It just happened to be that window.
Yeah, and the raccoon just got stuck there and died. So we just saw raccoon butt for 6 months.
Until it what? Until it like decomposed to the point that it just fell?
I'll be honest, I don't remember what happened to it. I remember it being like completely whole. I don't remember seeing like decomposing raccoon butt. I just remember seeing raccoon butt for 6 months and then it was gone. So maybe at that point, my dad or my sister or something like that got wise. Well, they knew it was there, but did something about it.
Or a owl came and...
So you really picked raccoon when you were asked what exotic animal would you smuggle?
I would.
I was riffing and trying to figure out what I would pick.
Red panda, if you like raccoons.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
The thing is, it's not an exotic animal, but I would.
Neither is raccoon.
I would smuggle either an otter or like a black bear.
Oh, black bear would be tough.
Yeah,
Well,
you
it wouldn't
need
be-
really
As a
big
baby.
luggage.
Yeah.
As a
You need a
cop.
lot of tranquilizers to make sure that black bear didn't fucking do anything to
Imagine if
luggage.
you were on a
that'd be-
plane and you just heard like bumping in the cargo and you're like, oh shit, that's my bear. When they open it up, it's like running on the tarmac. Holy fucking shit. That's like terrorism. That's basically terrorism. That's like 9/11. You just have a whole fucking grizzly bear. You just had a fucking like Kodiak bear, like a 12-foot tall Kodiak bear, and you just woke up.
I so badly want to commit Wikipedia graffiti, of like 9/11. It's like disambiguation. Are you referring to 9/11-1 or 9/11-2? 9/11-1 referring to 9/11, and 9/11-2 referring to some date, not even 9/11 related,
Yeah.
where like a bear got loose on an airport.
Just like a
tarmac.
black bear, like not a big bear.
Yeah. A relatively harmless bear too, because like black bears are
They're
like
pretty like timid.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're one of the least harmful to humans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This,
because you
that's
can
why I
like
would do that.
you can be like, just get out of my fucking garbage, and they're like, ooh.
this time a bear got loose on the tarmac. Never forget.
Man, it sucks. I hear that black bears, as soon as they get even close to residential neighborhoods, the protocol is to just shoot them on sight because, like, as soon as they get too familiar with like garbage and human stuff,
They'll keep coming back.
they're used to that as their environment.
yeah.
Which is like awful. As
Yeah,
soon as
it
they
is awful.
encounter humanity, they've got a death sentence.
Well, that's why
not
like
humane.
a lot of the time they get relocated and not shot. But there is
No,
definitely
they get shot. They get shot. I looked it up, and that's a policy in
literally everywhere.
Victoria. That's in BC.
Okay, so in that spot.
Yeah.
That's an island, though. That's on Vancouver Island. That makes sense because that's a tinier like ecosystem.
I think it might be the truth across BC.
They can swim.
I don't think they can swim from Vancouver Island.
Yeah. Or take the ferry.
They can take the ferry. In terms
I
of
did
pure
not consider the
possibility,
ferry.
they can take the ferry.
So you guys ever asked me how I would smuggle the bear? And so
How would you smuggle the bear?
and so I
By
would do it by
sea.
boat, and I would have a big trench coat.
From the makers of Snakes on a Plane comes Bear on a
You
boat.
need an accomplice. They'd be at like the Old North Church going like one if by land, two if by sea with your fucking bear, dude.
No, I'd be like like 3 kids in a trench coat. It'd be like me and the bear.
So you'd have to change it to. You'd have to train it to stand up.
Wow,
and you go
Daryl,
on his shoulders.
You've gained 600 pounds since we've seen you last, but your face looks fine.
Daryl, you've grown about 18 feet since I saw you. If it's like a grizzly bear. Or
And your legs look real shitty. You've also got 4 of them now.
Are you a centaur?
Yeah, I think that I don't see a problem with this. I mean, I could just use my improv skills and justify it. No problem. I'll get my bear in my house.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, next
Imagine
question.
it just ripping apart your fridge. It's like, he's fine.
Yeah, he's just
It's
hungry.
a 1,000-pound bear that's just like throwing shit everywhere and like knocking shit over. He like tears your fridge like in half, and he's like, he don't bite.
This is irrelevant to the point, but Drew just put his fingers to his temples, going, these simpletons. he had his eyes closed. He had like his brow furrowed.
That would never get past airport security. They scan those bags.
Stupid dumb fucks don't even know about the TSA.
There would be some kind of vetting process.
I had a headache spike from your sheer stupidity.
Oh, I'm sorry. One small point about like that. I did an improv scene recently in that same jam club that I was talking about. We were playing dating game, and I got thinks they're better than everyone else, and the person next to me got can only speak in movie references. And first of all, they crushed their performance. It was like their first ever game with that club. They were fantastic. But they ended one thing with like how would you impress me? He was like, oh, I'm good with the piano. Play it again, Sam. And I had the best opportunity as like a know-it-all because I interpreted the character as like, well, obviously I'm better than you at this, like that sort of thing. And I felt so proud of myself because I went, actually, he never said that in the movie. If you actually watched it, you'd know that. It's like one of those movie prick things that they bring up, and I was so happy. It was like a perfect opportunity.
Nerd.
I liked Casablanca. It was neat.
How many tacos could you collectively eat in under 30 minutes?
With Leslie or without Leslie? I feel like Leslie
Leslie.
could pack away the fucking
Oh.
tacos.
Yeah, how much
Leslie
prep
after
do we
a
have?
rip?
Oh
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Prep time?
She'd be just a container of
Do a
tacos.
couple poppers.
Like the washroom would be uninhabitable for the next hour afterwards, but
Biohazard. Caution tape.
I guess it depends on how big the tacos are, but I'm good for like 3 or 4.
total? We're talking about a competition. We're not talking about like, that was nice.
In half an hour?
Yeah.
That's a
You're talking about a taco
I
every
am a
10 minutes?
I am a slow eater.
You are not supporting the team.
I'm alright. 5'5".
I need
Thank you.
I need a clarification. Hard shell or soft?
It would be soft. It would have to be soft.
If it's soft, it's going to be bigger though. Like soft shells are always more packed.
Yeah,
Drew, when I'm talking about,
soft shells definitely you need to chew them less, but there's more calories to them because a hard shell taco is just a chip.
Yeah, it's true. It's very
It's a
thin.
Chips are
chip.
infamously low in calories.
Yeah.
I really don't understand that justification. It's the same taco.
No.
One is hard, one is soft,
No.
right?
No. You don't understand.
Okay.
The flour taco will fill you faster.
Flour.
The soft tacos are like thicker.
Yeah.
so
Are
it's
they?
gonna-
I don't
yeah.
know. that.
Yes.
Why?
The other one is like there's more air in it.
that's
The
what makes
crispy
it
one's
soft.
more
It'd be
air.
a piece of paper.
No, it's just the water that makes it soft. You know, when you cook it, it's like it becomes hard.
No.
And then that's because all the water is gone in it.
A soft
I don't know if
shell
this is a
taco
bit,
is not
Daryl.
just a wet hard shell taco.
And that's really when you think about it, that's the difference between hard and soft
Exact
things.
same ingredients.
It's not the exact same. You're spreading misinformation on this fucking podcast.
It's flour. It's wheat flour
Ben
versus
Shapiro?
corn.
No, you can have soft corn floured tacos. Like I am 100% sure on
They'd
this.
still be as thick.
leavened bread. It's leavened bread.
They'd still be as thick in order to like be able to support things. Because when it's soft, it needs to be thicker in order to support the stuff inside it. When it's hard, it's able to support it with thinner stuff.
Okay, sure. Whatever you guys say. I don't believe that,
You don't have to. It's true.
but you can still say that if you like. You know,
How
you're
many
free.
tacos can you fit down your gullet in 30 minutes,
I want to
Daryl?
tell you a story that I had a disagreement in grade 11 with a snarky little kid about longitude and latitude, and he had that exact same response. He said, let me put it this way. You can think that all you want and put it on the test. I don't really care about that. And you know what? He got that wrong on his test, and I kicked the shit out of him.
You did not kick the shit out
No,
of
I
him.
did not. But he was
Did that
small
even
and
happen?
could have. Yes, he did.
Okay, cool.
That was so smug, though. I was
Okay.
like, Jesus Christ.
I just don't want to continue.
Are you talking about Daryl in that situation?
No.
That was so smug, Daryl. Jesus Christ.
I just don't want to continue the argument, but I don't believe that.
we
you know?
can look into it afterwards.
Yeah.
Like I've had a soft shell taco and I put it in the
gullet?
oven,
Oh, okay.
and it becomes a hard shell taco after that.
I believe that it gets harder and stuff like that, but I think the conventional hard shell tacos that we're talking about here
It's
are
just-
usually thinner.
It's just a tortilla chip.
Like when you order a hard shell taco at a restaurant, they're usually like really thin corn style.
Yeah.
And then the soft ones, because they want to like maximize return on their profit, right? So if they're able to like have a thinner taco, they're just used to that. And then soft shell tacos because they'll like break the bread, like Jesus did.
He gave it to his disciples and he said, eat this, all of you. This is my body that is given to you for those in need.
And all the disciples went, "Amen."
And after supper,
Is that a Mexican thing?
No, Jerusalem.
Oh, okay.
then after supper, they took
man,
a cup
what's
of wine
up?
and he gave it to his disciples and said, drink this, all of you. This is my blood of the
We
new
were
covenant.
thinking of
which is shed
reading
for
the
you and your
Torah
sins.
later, man.
Do this in remembrance of me.
We're thinking of getting our son circumcised, man. You want to come with?
He's crucified,
Not
he's
touching
died,
that
and he was
one.
buried on the third day, rose again.
Is that what the Moyle said?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they said. I'm not touching that.
I'm not touching that dick.
Christ has died. Christ
His
is
foreskin
risen,
looks
Christ will come
perfect,
again.
as Christ did.
What I'll say in response to the hard and soft thing is that
Drew's
when
in this.
when it's soft, it's thicker because it's like movable and it's like and there's like there's moisture in it and whatever.
I'm not laughing at Daryl. I'm laughing at Drew yawning his ass off in the background.
When you cook it and when it becomes harder, the water naturally leaves, so it becomes naturally smaller.
Daryl, the reason why we were arguing about this was because I said the soft shell taco will fill you up faster.
Yeah.
Because it's thicker. You're agreed now.
It's only thicker because of the water content in it. It's not thicker because of anything else.
You don't get to say anything but a number from here on out. Drew, how many tacos? 30 minutes.
5.
I could probably go 6 or 7 if it's a competition.
I do 5.
I'm the fatso of the group.
If y'all are doing
15.
5, I'm going back down to 4 because there's no way I can keep up
Bro,
with you guys.
support the fucking team.
We're
Go
doing
5.
It's a collective thing.
5.
How big are these tacos? Are they like Taco Bell tacos? Or
Taco
like,
Bell tacos.
they're
We're not just
small.
gonna presume like, oh, these are the size of a house.
If they're Taco Bell tacos, I can do 5. But
Thank
like,
you.
If I make like the old
Like
El
a tree and
Paso-
leave, I'll be
Boots on ground
happy.
tonight?
Move on.
Tell me more. I don't think we ever told them about it, but tell me more about your most memorable haircut. That is the creepiest way. XOXOXO. That is the creepiest thing you've ever said to me. Whoever you are.
So, Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl, GG.
Anybody here ever try to cut their own hair?
No.
Once.
Um,
My mom got real mad at me. I was 5.
I was, I want to say 8. And then we went to the Supercuts at Walmart to try to salvage it. And she's like, don't tell anybody you came here. I don't want to take responsibility for this haircut.
The salvage 8? What?
The hairdresser that like tried to salvage my
Okay.
like brutally fucked up hair.
Yeah.
Was like, don't tell anybody you came here. I don't want to take responsibility for this. It looks too bad.
What if she's bashful and she's always like, don't tell anybody you came here, haha.
To be fair, we never went back, so I don't know.
Okay, because she was so rude.
I think it was like late at night, so it was the only place open.
It's very sketchy.
I have a story about a memorable haircut when I was a kid. Is that my mom trusted my dad to bring me to go get a haircut, and he was like in the middle of like work calls or something. So he brought me to this barber, Italian guy named Rocco, who was very rough and yelled at me. I didn't want to go back to him because I was crying because he was just like, you must keep your head still.
Getting frustrated.
Yeah, and he's getting frustrated, and my dad wasn't paying attention and was like just giving instructions, and he was going, or Rocco was like, "Do you want it like this?" And he's like, "Yeah." And my dad looked up afterwards, and I had a complete buzz cut, and he brought it to my mom, and she was so mad.
Did your mom confront Rocco?
No, she was just mad at my dad because he wasn't paying attention.
You ever see Rocco again?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When?
Um,
Okay, so you're lying.
no. We went to him a couple times after that.
Was he nicer then?
No, I didn't.
Why'd you go back to him?
Because he was cheap and he was a solid barber.
Solid bar. He gave you a buzz cut when you didn't want one.
No, my dad wasn't. He gave the bad instructions. It was definitely my dad's fault that he had a bad haircut.
Yeah, it's not the computer's fault. It's the person programming the computer.
It's a user error.
Yeah.
We stopped. We stopped going to him because I was too afraid of him.
It's like when a Tesla kills a person.
Exactly like that. It's exactly like that.
A self-driving car killing a person.
Hard
am I
shell
wrong?
taco.
Yeah. That's the most hard shell taco of them all.
It is Tesla kill day.
I'm not entirely. Oh my god. Praise be. My most memorable haircut's probably a tie. The time that my mom gave me a bowl cut because I hated my life. And I was like also like 7 or 8.
You hated your life, so you got a bowl cut, or you got a bowl cut and then started hating your life?
Chicken and egg situation. And my last haircut I ever got when I was in grade 10 because it was a childhood friend's mom, and my mother had given me $40 and been very clear of like, okay, and make sure you like ask her to keep the change. And the haircut was like $11, and like it's customary to tip your hairdresser, so I tried giving her the $40, and like she was such a sweet person. She was like, I think you might be misunderstanding the instructions. I'll take the 20, but thank you very much. So she was a really nice person.
And then you kept the other 20.
No, I gave the other 20 back to my mom and was like, why did you tell me to do that? She was like, no, the other 20's for you, dude. You needed to get food or something like that. Because she left me alone for like a day.
Okay, $20, that'll do it.
Sick of my ass.
Sick of your ass.
Yeah, much like how I'll never be sick of Drew's. Is that your boner, dude? Whoa, Drew's a boner talking about haircuts. Don't do that. Don't do that, IRL.
You made me look at his pants. You made me look at his dick.
Look at that. It looks like
No, I don't want
like trombone dick.
Oh my god.
Look at it. Look
I
at
don't
it.
want to look at his dick.
It's not actually a dick, but look at it. It looks dick-shaped, like cylindrical with like a trombone finish.
Oh my god.
It's right?
Drew.
That's not even 4 inches flat. Anyways, do you have a most memorable haircut?
I guess so. It was like a couple of years ago, and I was getting my haircut to do like a like Halloween like dress up sort of thing. I was Ace Ventura, and I wanted to be like Jim Carrey, and so like
You wanted to be
Somebody stop
transphobic,
you.
huh?
yeah, I learned about that recently.
Possibly on this podcast? I think we talked about it, didn't we?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Awful movie. Yeah.
yeah. So like
Sorry.
we it's not awful other than that. I mean, it flavors the rest of the show.
For sure, I don't remember anything about it being particularly offensive, but then it's like, the villain's a guy! Because they had a bulge in their pants and everyone, like, it cut to different people vomiting. Like 5 different shots of people vomiting because a woman has a penis. It was awful.
Yeah. Anyway, so I wanted to be Ace Ventura, not related to the transphobia at all. But yeah, so it was this particular day that the okay, whatever's going on in here. It was the day that the party was, that this like dress up party was. And so
Dress up party.
yeah, it
For
was
me? Is that what you said?
and so
What's
anyways,
going on anymore?
and so I go to the barber, and it's not really like my normal barber because they were closed at this time. And so I just sort of walk in, I say, yeah, they're Jewish, and so they don't want to
I don't know. They're
work
closed for some reason.
on the Sabbath. Anyway, so like, so I go to this guy and I say like, hey, this is what I want, and I show him a picture of the thing, and he's like, oh, sorry, man, like we don't do that. We just cut hair.
Did you show him like a picture of a Kit Kat or something? I want this.
I just showed him a picture of Ace Ventura with his like swoopy hair thing, and the guy's like, "We don't do that."
Do you think that he thought that you thought that he was like a facial surgeon, and you wanted him to make you look like Jim Carrey?
Yeah, like Face Off. And
I'm
so,
sorry about that.
And so, yeah, he didn't. He cut my hair, but he was like, "We don't style here. You need to go to like a salon or whatever the heck he said." And so, yeah, he cut my hair, which was fine, but it took me like another 2 hours to actually style it right. And then on top of all of that, they didn't tell me I couldn't pay by card. And so he's like, "You gotta
cash?
pay by cash."
Some
And this
barbers are
was
like that.
wait. This was like a few years ago.
It was like 2 years ago.
Oh my
like,
God.
Yeah, some barbers
almost.
are like that. Yeah.
And he's like, the only, thing around the cash machine was in the back of the store. And so I had to pay an extra like $5.
That's mean.
Bullshit.
That's how they get
Bullshit.
you. Guaranteed.
Bullshit. I style hair however want.
I'll style here and then I'll light it on fire.
I was passing. So.
Style hair on bean day. That's sacrilege.
By the way, Luke, you have a tattoo on your arm.
Yeah, I've always had this.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I have. I've had this tattoo forever.
Okay,
No, I got it
like
yesterday.
a removable?
No, it's
Yeah.
a removable tattoo.
Okay.
Tattoos make me uncomfortable.
Which is why I got one.
Oh, question from Olivia Blevins. Cut that out.
What?
Yes,
You
that
said
one.
you went on a whole tirade to name them, and you're like, bleep this.
Well, I don't
Just
know.
wants me to do extra work.
I don't know if they want their full name on the podcast. That's all.
Boing, boing. No, they're fine. She's fine. She
could
can
say it
suffer
later.
in silence.
Okay. Q colon.
Oh.
Big Q. It's big Q. See that big Q?
Oh, okay. Back on.
Cute.
I thought it was maybe like a pool cue.
No. And it starts with, I don't think any of you have tattoos. Oh, that's so funny that we just
And so I
mentioned
do.
tattoos.
And that's
Wow,
that's not correct.
That's actually crazy. Oh my god.
But if you do, what are they? If not, what would you choose?
I have a permanent tattoo on my forearm that I got years ago.
It looks like it's baby's breath.
Yeah, like a little it's a very kind of elegant, like sort of pencil drawing of some kind of delicate flower.
And then underneath in impact font, it says "The Real Deal."
Yeah. I also have one.
Sorry, the for real deal. I didn't see the F apostrophe.
Oh, you're a furry?
That's. You know what? Yes. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
He's a furry.
Yeah, I
He
wanted
likes-
to pay tribute to my fursona, which is baby's breath.
Lovely.
That's wonderful.
Lovely.
I do not have a tattoo because I think back of like what I would have gotten a tattoo of 2 years ago and go, oh, I'm glad I didn't get that. I never get tattoos.
Yeah, I think I changed too quickly.
Yep, same.
Yeah.
I've had henna tattoos a few times, but I actually do
And
have
it's
a
fucking
tattoo.
great. Yeah.
I have a tattoo on my my
eye.
left shoulder.
What is it?
It's an anchor.
Oh,
For
you
what?
talked about this on a previous episode.
Did I? Yeah.
Yeah,
you were in
it
the
was
Navy?
really way back though.
Oh yeah.
When
So
did you get it?
I got it in 2012, I think.
I think you showed it back when we were at Drew's house because we didn't believe you and you like pulled down your thing and we were like, whoa, or something like
You
that.
Yeah.
can't do that now.
I can't do that
obviously.
now. No.
That would just be rehashing. Listen to the earlier seasons.
Yeah, I got it with a partner of mine, and she also wanted an anchor, and I don't really understand why we did it.
Because
And
you were in the Navy together.
we're in the Navy.
You were in the Navy.
Because that relationship was destined to sink.
Oh!
Yep.
That
we're
she's
not,
gonna pull you down with her.
We're not dating anymore, so
Are you dating anyone right now, Daryl?
yeah, I am.
Do they make you happy?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Are you dating anybody right now?
I don't know if I am. I'm in like the early stages of just sort of like both parties think the other is attractive. What do we do? I don't want to say that I'm dating someone because I don't want to speak for them.
Seeing someone.
Even that.
Huh?
Yeah.
Are you seeing anyone?
Are you seeing anyone? Because if not, my ass is available.
I have to like my own pulse.
I'm like my own balls. Be careful, my anus is too high.
What is that?
It's bean holding day.
Do you have any tattoos, Drew?
No, I don't have any tattoos. I don't really foresee me getting a tattoo
Whoa.
for a little while.
Same reason?
Yeah, about. I mean, for a while it was the same reason, but I do think there's something cool about like getting the tapestry of like the changes you've gone through.
Sure.
Like, yeah, maybe don't get something you'll think is cringy in the future, but like I was this person at one point. Let me memorialize that.
You don't want to put like a Velociraptor tattoo on you.
I think the
A
difficulty.
bad like Brian tattoo.
I think a difficulty of that as well is that you have no idea. I'm gonna get sad again, but
How
whatever.
sexy you are.
You have no idea how sexy you are, and that makes me sad. You have no idea if something that brings you joy now is going to erupt in some sort of event and cause you pain later.
Fully true. Fully true.
Before the podcast, I explained an event that happened to me that like crushes me, and it concerns something that like I really care about. And like if I would have gotten a tattoo, when I thought about it, I would have gotten something related to that because
Yeah.
that's been one of the most consistent things in my life, and now it's gone.
But don't
sense.
worry, Drew's ass will recover, and you will be able to fuck it again.
Yay!
Get a tattoo of my ass on your ass.
I love how you did the anime like push up the glasses, even with the head tilted down while you did that.
It's just pushing out my glasses.
Able to fuck my ass? Will I fuck your ass?
No, I think
Holy shit!
Whoa!
there was a while there where I was like, do I want a
69
tattoo? And I was trying to think of like what I would get if I got a tattoo. I really like, you know, if you haven't figured it out yet, I'm a bit of a nerd, so I do like mythical creatures and stuff. And
God.
phoenixes have always been my favorite mythical creature.
I would love to get a fiat currency on my abs.
Just a dollar bill. But I think if I don't know how it would look, and I don't know what it could look like, but like a pile of ash. That's like the phoenix before it's reborn is
Okay.
like the
If a phoenix came out of it, that could be cool. But if it was just a
no, but
pile
that's
of ash.
yeah, no, that's why I don't
be
want
like-
a tattoo because it would look super bad. But that's
Yeah.
what I would want
they'd
because
be
I would
like,
want.
oh, little piece of shit. It looks like something took a dump.
In the middle of the grocery
Some
store.
animal took a big dump.
There'd be no way to make a pile of ash
there's a
look good.
moose here.
But that's what I would choose.
Oh,
You
that's
need to have
really
like,
funny.
you know, in order to show that the phoenix is going to rise out of it, you need to have little steam.
Yeah, like
lines
smoke or
coming
something.
out.
Yeah. Maybe some flies that are like.
Yeah, and like obviously the phoenix is gonna like attack something, so maybe you could have like a moose
Just standing over
like
top
wiping
of it.
its ass or something.
But like, you want to show that the phoenix doesn't just fly in an upwards direction; it can fly in all different directions. So you want to twist that little pile
It's
of
a
ash.
rising in a spiral.
Yeah, in a little spiral, it's a little swirly kind of thing going on.
This really is becoming like a give a moose a muffin situation where soon my whole body's going to be tattooed.
It's
just
not a
with, like,
muffin, my
this
friend.
one. All right, I'm asking the next question.
Olivia ended her question with a heart star, and with a smiley face on the back. Thank you.
Thank you.
I
Artistic.
end that segment with, and I don't care.
Wow, Daryl, you're gonna fucking love this one.
Okay.
You know who
What's
it's
that
from?
supposed to mean?
Do you want to know who it's from?
Oh, be careful! I'm feeling the
Oh,
stink
no.
eye off of this one.
Nobody?
It's from A Name.
Wow. Wow. Well, at least they followed the instructions.
They did capitalize it.
A name. Fuck you.
All right.
I'll ask the question. You can choose whether or not you want to answer it. What is the best?
I don't know.
A.
Oh.
White chocolate. B. Milk chocolate. C. Dark chocolate. D. Ducks.
Oh, I see. It's choosing of these. I thought it was like, what is the best white chocolate? I'm like, I don't know brands.
It's a multiple choice question.
ducks. I don't like how they do coitus.
No,
It's pretty bad.
It's
Yeah.
not consensual.
And also, it's like corkscrew
Yeah.
dick.
Is it? So I was
say-
just talking about this the other day. Is it in the air that they do that, or is it like on the ground that they?
I think
the
mallards,
ground.
it's on the ground.
I'm pretty sure it's on the ground.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, but like, you ever see the whole like, you ever see the myth of the labyrinth, or in like the modern context, like Hansel and Gretel leaving the trail of breadcrumbs,
Okay.
with where they left the string through the labyrinth. Yeah, that's how ducks mate. You know what I'm saying? They have to go through the labyrinth. They have to leave that string behind, and then it's awful.
I don't think that's the metaphor you're looking for, but
Okay. I'm confused, but I'm also scared to ask more
Aroused.
questions.
Oh, okay.
We all know white chocolate is disgusting, right?
what?
Yeah. Seconded.
No.
Seconded.
Disagree.
No, I don't think so.
I'm on
I think
Daryl's
it
side
has its
100%.
place.
Hershey's.
Drew, would you mind holding up your arms and flexing for me?
Hershey's cookies and cream.
Do you mind flexing for me, Drew?
I'm doing it right now.
Wow. The two.
No, you're not.
Well,
If
we
you
think
want.
he's not.
Not his arms.
Those arms.
Oh.
Trump. protest. It's like, you guys want to see Drew's party trick? Do it again, Drew. And it makes that sound. Yeah, white chocolate disgusting.
Fart out your dick.
Dark chocolate?
Oh, I'm big into dark chocolate.
Yeah,
Darker the better.
brother.
Up to like 90%.
Okay, we are same wavelength, 100%. Do you like that stuff with the chili powder in it?
Sure, yeah. I love
Yeah!
that. Chili, sweet chili heat.
Hell yeah.
Was it?
That's
No,
Doritos
chili
flavor.
chocolate.
Yeah, chili chocolate. Yeah, bro, we should get chocolate together sometime. We have the same taste.
Yeah.
You two are losers.
I think white chocolate has its place. I love a good British milk chocolate. I think it's delectable. I
Yeah,
think
milk
it's
chocolate's my
sinful.
vote, too.
I think
You guys
it's
like milk
scrumptious.
chocolate?
Yeah, I like milk
You
chocolate.
guys like milk chocolate? You guys
Yeah.
like milk chocolate?
I like milk chocolate.
Milk.
Chocolate.
You guys like milk chocolate?
None of us said ducks. That's very interesting.
Ducks are pretty cool. Like,
Oh,
Corkscrew
what did you say?
penis.
I said milk
You
chocolate.
said milk, yeah.
You're so mad. You're like a kid that's like, I'm not going outside.
Corkscrew penis. Move on. What's the next question?
This comes from James. Paul.
Hello, James. Yes. Oh my God. He knew. Bro knew. Yes, James. Hello.
Paul.
We're doing a seance. We can hear you, James. Put reverb on this, me.
Paul.
In the sun.
Shut the fuck up.
That was affected by the reverb.
I'm sorry.
We're putting reverb on it, dude.
Okay. Do it now. Don't
I want
do
it
this
clean.
one, please.
Paul.
Oh, okay.
Paul. Paul. Paul.
Say it.
You have to get through it.
Now I'm laughing. Yeah, I know it is. Okay, clean, ready, slate.
He's not a sociopath for wanting things clean.
I stand by that. I stand by that 100%.
Paul.
This is like my nightmare.
Paul.
That's all you hear in your nightmares?
No.
Oh.
So one of the things about, and don't worry, this is not a genuine trigger for me, but like one of the things I realize about PTSD is if someone says my name or like tries to get my attention in a very like aggravated way, but can't either understand or hear or accept my response, it like is a huge trigger for me. And I think that's just like a result of both PTSD and also coincidentally being like upstairs in the morning and my parents were downstairs and they were like calling up the stairs to for like me to get up in the morning, and my poor dad was like a little hard of hearing, so he would go, Paul, and I'd be like, yep, I'm getting ready, Paul,
Right.
and it was like it was a nightmare for me. And I remember going, I don't want to yell it because who knows who else is in this house, but I would scream like, I'll be down in a minute, and like when I get down he's like, what was that? Why did you scream at me?
You didn't hear me otherwise.
Yeah, but of course you're like 6, so you can't articulate that.
Yeah.
Paul. Your name was negative. How was your when was your first positive charge? Plus, plus, plus.
Your name was negative?
Why are you asking me?
What the heck?
What kind of insight do you think I can
Is this
provide?
about the show? I think I was.
Read it out again?
Paul. Your name was negative.
I love how you say it in the same tone every time.
When was your first positive charge? Plus, plus, plus.
Oh, okay, so like this is electrons, right? If you have a negative charge, you attract positives
Yeah.
to be like neutral. So
No,
like,
I got that much. I'm confused by the premise. I think my name was negative Nathan or something like that during the show or something like that, maybe.
You didn't do
I
it.
ain't done shit. Yeah. What was my first positive charge? I got pulled over for a speeding ticket a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
First time I've had a direct hassle with the fuzz. Looked up the officer afterwards. Turns out he was involved in a hit and run in March. Suspended for a month with pay. Good for him. I had to pay $120 fucking dollars.
Swallows.
Pissed about that. Wait.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jumping the line, Daryl.
sorry.
wanted to answer one.
Rock your body in time, Daryl.
This one comes from
Okay, I believe you.
Kelly.
Yeah,
Say that at the same time.
No, I just wanted you guys to celebrate it, and you stared at me with the blankest look and looked disappointed when I brought up Kelly's
I
face.
was
Professional
confused when you
improviser.
brought up Kelly's face.
Oh, fossil and
Ooh. Dear After School Arcade, describe your latest dream or nightmare.
Not a question.
Next.
Oh yes, I had a dream that that my children and my children's children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
So
also,
brave for a white guy.
Yeah. Reverse racist Martin Luther King.
I don't know about this affirmative action. In real life, I love how people on Fox News would be like, he'd be rolling in his grave about this. It was like, no, he spoke about it at the time he loved it.
Yeah.
Fuck are you on about?
Yeah. He had his proposal for UBI corrected for inflation would be $90,000 American a year for every American family.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of money.
yeah.
That's maybe too much money for the average American.
I don't trust them with that. Yeah. What if they spend it on TV?
What if they drink and have enjoy anything?
That's fine.
What
if
if
they spend it on TV?
What if they spend it all on Sandra and the Sun?
What if they spend it all on Mary all night long? What if they spend it all on Jessica? Here I am. What if they spend it on you? Makes me your man.
I love Smash Mouth. Might as well be Sandra.
This will be Sandra and the Sun.
That's very clever. I like that.
Yeah, that's well done. That's well done.
It's good.
I
Music
planned-
knowledge, you're like really weaving it in. It's like top notch,
Thanks.
sir. Top notch.
Thanks. Can you tell my boss?
Have you finished with your dream story?
No, I was in my house with someone I live with, and they said, "Oh, I had an idea. I should organize a driving lesson for you because, for the listener, I've been putting off learning how to drive for many years because I'm afraid of driving." And I said, "I have a driving lesson on the 7th." I won't date the episode. On the 7th. End of statement. And
Sabbath?
I said, yeah, on the Sabbath, which is a sin. And I do have a lesson on the 7th, and they thought I was lying. And they were like, okay, you know what? Never have your license. Never. You don't have to do that. No. I was totally projecting. People are very supportive.
I'm the type of person who dreams, but like forgets their every night pretty much, but forgets their dream pretty consistently within 30 minutes of waking up. I'd say.
Also, I mowed the lawn in the living room.
Yeah, we noticed it looks nice.
you.
Kind of a non sequitur to bring it up, but sure. I have the most recent dream. I think I even just told you guys this dream. No, I've had a more recent dream where there's this person who kind of done me wrong in like fucking year 3 of uni. So that's like 5 years ago at this point.
That did you dirty.
Yeah. And I've recently made a friend who looks like him, and I've even told this friend like because he's really insecure, the poor guy, and he's actually pretty sweet, but he's got a face just like this asshole I used to know. And he talks about how like he felt like at the beginning he was like too mean to me or something like that, and I was like, no, you've been nothing but a sweetheart. If you want me to be 100% honest, you have the exact same face as this one guy from 3rd year who was an absolute asshole to me. And that's the only, like, I've been trying to get past that. That is not a you problem. And I guess because I was thinking about that, I had a dream about said person who did me wrong. And they were like, I was at their place for some fucking reason, and he was playing video games on this couch, and there was this mound of like gray matter. Everything was kind of like grayish, and it had like chains around it, and there had little blood things, and you could hear like barking from inside. And I knew instinctively, this is this person's dog, and this person's dog will kill me if given the chance. And I remember thinking, I can't make any sudden movements, but I need to go for the door. And I started walking softly, and they heard anyways. And you know when you have that dream panic of like, I have to fucking run? Yeah, so I fucking ran for the door, and the loudest barking in the world happened behind me. And I think it's because my dreams have been influenced lately. My defense mechanisms are kicking in because I get woken up by any sound out of sleep. And lately, because my fucking downstairs neighbors and my fucking housemate are very not you, Core One, are very loud.
cat one?
are very loud and really don't care if other people are sleeping, I will just get woken up. So my defense mechanism is like, nope, we're weaving it into your dream now. So the dog gets let out, and the dog is the most misbehaving little shit on the planet. Like, they're in the backyard, and if they see a human being within any distance, they will start barking and not stop for a full minute. It's ass.
Like, even after the person's gone.
Even after the person's gone. So I think I heard that barking, and my dream updated itself to have that dog barking, hence why the barking felt so loud, because my room is right next to the backyard. There's only like a window separating it, and I just heard like the like that sort of thing, and just like running for the door thinking I am going to die if I don't run fast enough.
I have a non sequitur.
Please.
Okay, I was having this thought a little while ago with a coworker of mine that in horror movies, the monster is always something like very interesting. So like whether that's like, it's not a great movie, but like Malignant, it's like this like
Tumor.
like a tumor, but it was like a twin, and she
Okay.
doesn't know that it's on the back. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
The
I was gonna watch Mulligan.
it's bad.
Okay.
It's save your energy. And then like the xenomorphs in Alien, like it's like this
I have
being
white
that can
savior
like
energy.
that can like adapt really well. And then like the Thing, where it's like this thing that like kind of consumes an organism and then like starts to like imitate it in order to like in order to convince other organisms to be their prey.
That's kind of like 5-year-olds when they eat chicken nuggies and then they do the chicken dance.
Yeah. Yes. But Michael Myers from Halloween is just a big guy.
Yeah.
He's just a big guy.
Just a dude.
Lazy. Fucking lazy. It made me. It reminded me
He's
of
a
that.
goddamn liberal, is what he is.
Michael Myers is woke. Yep, that's it.
Okay, sweet.
My most recent dream, actually, your running dream kind of reminded me of it, because I don't like dream that much these days. I'm going on a very small amount of sleep normally, and so yeah, this dream started off me running, and I'm running down a hill.
Yeah.
I'm running down a hill, and I'm like on a horse, right? My horse gets shot in the neck, and then somehow the horse flips in front of me. So I like hop off the horse. I see the horse's head like in like slow motion. I see like splatters of horse blood, on my like face or whatever. It's almost as if I'm watching this through a screen, but it's like I'm experiencing this as well, right? So like it's not on me, like I don't see it on me, but I feel it, and it's like very visceral.
4D.
Right, and so yeah, like almost like that, like the splatter is like passing through me or whatever. And so I'm running with these other people. Somehow Clint Eastwood is in here, and I'm running with Clint Eastwood, like a young Clint Eastwood. And,
Pre-chair, Clint Eastwood.
yeah,
Okay.
and we're crossing this river. We're running from some people. We end up into this like old abandoned train station, and I lose them a little bit because I'm like trying to be very quiet. When you're walking in a train station, everybody can hear your footsteps.
Did you lose Clint Eastwood?
Yeah, I lost everybody else.
Oh.
But whoever we were running from was coming closer. And so all I got to do was like somehow like figure out how to get out. It was like, it's like old turnstiles that you go through in like a train station or something like that. So it was like this. So I had to figure out a way to be very quiet to go through this turnstile. And I heard them getting closer, but I was like out. It was almost like a checkpoint thing. Like, oh, you've reached the next part of the chapter or
Yeah,
whatever.
the video game where it's like safe once you've passed that, yeah.
Yeah, and coincidentally, that's when I woke up.
Oh, wow.
Do you
And
guys-
Clint Eastwood was all like, I know what you're thinking. Does the train arrive at 7 or 6? Well, to be honest, I've lost track myself.
I constantly have dreams about being chased like as a fugitive. I have just like massive fantasies about being a fugitive.
I think all of us are stressed.
Yeah.
It's a common through line here.
Drew? The Drew
I,
I
line?
gotta smoke more ganja.
Ganja. I don't
I
really
need to smoke Luke's ganja.
Well, first off, I don't dream a lot, and then I'm
He's not stressed.
sort of like how you explained, where you like forget your dreams pretty much immediately. Like, I don't. Within 48 hours, it's totally gone. So I don't have anything to add to this. other than just I don't dream a lot.
What's the
Sit your
most
ass
recent
down.
dream where you like vividly remember it?
I literally can't remember. right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That speaks to a lack of imagination, I should think.
I mean, I can make something up, but that wouldn't be.
That wouldn't be
the
sporting.
truth.
Yeah.
Also, editor me, I really hope that you did everything I'm currently thinking you did with Daryl's dream. Thank you.
All right.
You're going to like it. It's not like making fun of you. It's like I could picture the scene.
Okay, cool. All right. This is by also a name.
Yay!
Thanks. You're really funny.
What shoe is the best kind of shoe? What is the worst?
Reeboks are pretty good.
I have very little opinion. I guess like sometimes Adidas are nice because they have like a little bump for your arch, and I have high arches on my feet.
Excellent.
Yo, babe, can I Adidas titties?
Adidas?
Adidas titties? Yeah. Okay, last podcast episode, I said I'd like to hob den titties,
Yeah.
and you didn't question that. But as soon as I said, yo, babe, let me Adidas titties.
Okay. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. It's the same.
Yeah.
You can't pick and choose.
I wear
Bad quality,
Asics because
bad
they
quality.
fit my orthotics. Yeah, and then I have some dress boots that I wear in the wintertime, which also fit my orthotics.
Oh, I also like Clarks. I just got a pair of Clarks, which are like a kind of a dress shoe, but they're very comfortable.
I like Clarks. I wear Clarks when I go bird watching.
That is your dad. That is your dad to a T.
That's pretty much him, yeah.
I'd like a reimbursement from Clarks. Their selection does not include bird watchers. Excuse me. I got a sandwich near your shop in the park, and I just wanted to know why it doesn't have mayonnaise. Hi, I'm just leaving this Amazon review because this book was not satisfying at all.
Where's the next question, Drew?
All right, the next question is from Abby.
Excellent. Sarah.
Babe,
Oh, okay.
Babe.
what is the scariest thing that has ever happened to you? I think we've had similar questions to this.
Scariest. It has to be something where, like, I felt like I could have died. Oh, gun pointed to my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I remember
Scariest
you
thing.
telling me that.
Yeah. I already talked about it on the... If you want to know about that experience, honestly, I don't... I remember less of it. I still remember it, but you're better off watching an older episode of the podcast. Holy fuck.
What?
No, I'm wrong. I thought that when I first told that story on the podcast, it was closer to then that it happened than that moment telling it on the podcast
Oh,
was to
I
now.
see, yeah.
But I'm wrong, thank God.
But one day,
It's happening, yeah. Actually,
Maybe it won't happen.
for Stanford University. No, it's not been 5 years. Yeah, we're good.
Okay,
Go.
good.
Go.
Good.
Tell the scariest thing that happened to you.
Well, it's a thing that
I will say the FA slur, and I will reclaim it.
Fa 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 fa.
Yeah, fa la 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 your ass. Fucking faggot. Go.
Well, I was gonna say, I was just debating whether to put it on. When my mother got ill, I was scared that she was gonna die, and she did.
All right, you win. Well, Daryl, you want to go?
No, I mean I answered this before too. In my car.
Oh, yeah, you said that before.
There have been many car stories.
Yeah, there are two main ones that stick in my mind, but like both are just like
Oh, it's
driving.
just the one where you turned?
Yeah, driving my car in inclement weather.
Yeah.
And just not having control of the car when it fucking flips around.
To be fair, if I did not answer gun to my head, Drew's Ottawa swerve might have been a contender.
Yeah.
quite a
That's
wild
fucking
ride.
wild.
Good
Wow.
times, good times.
What year were we in when that happened? Do you remember? Was this the year when you were coach,
this
or was
was-
this the year when I was the coach and you were on the team?
You were coach.
Oh, okay.
I remember Finch being in the car during that. So it would have been when you were coach.
I'm getting false memories. So here's
No,
the
no,
thing.
no,
I
no.
also remember Kate being in the car, and I talked to Kate, and Kate says I don't remember that.
Weird.
No, it
Right?
was definitely when you were coach. Because
Are you
Sky was in the passenger seat
Sky was in both years.
when I was coach.
Yeah.
When you were
Oh
coach.
yeah. You're right.
Sounds like 2018.
I don't know. I'm fully confident that it's the year you're coach, and you're not gonna be able to convince me otherwise.
27.
That's fine. That's fine. There's like a schism between like everyone who remembers the story, so I'm gonna need to find like any one of the people who are uniquely in either like not the both, and ask, do you remember this event? And as soon as we get one person from like
Then we
not
know.
both, then we have.
To
our
be fair,
answer.
my memory is very bad. So
my memory's normally good, and like, but so is Kate's. So this freaks me out.
I think last time we had a similar question I answered at the time that I was sort of faced with, like, we were spelunking, and I was sort of faced with this, like, frozen waterfall looking thing that I could have gone deeper into the cave. And I remember feeling a bunch of fear, but I didn't actually do it. I just sort of walked away. So I
lived
think,
a charmed life.
I think, yeah. Also, I have a bad memory, so these sort of
That's
scare you
fair.
away. So I think I'll probably answer the time I almost stepped on a rattlesnake. That was pretty scary. But
Were you wearing Clarks?
probably wearing just like hiking shoes or something.
So for the record, when Luke did that, he leaned into the mic and I leaned into his ear and licked it. And the way that Luke, when he leaned back from doing the bit, going from laughing to like, oh, expression was instantaneous.
This comes from Adam.
Adam, go ahead, Adam. You better
Question
impress
from-
us.
A question from Adam.
Yeah, got it. Go.
Okay.
We're short on time. Go.
It says, Adam,
Fucking go.
what is the correct way to summon a beast of hell?
Oh.
Politely.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Seance.
Don't you need like a sacrifice for a seance though?
I don't think so.
Like to summon something through it?
I don't
That's
think
not what a sacrifice is.
What?
What? You're telling me I have to sacrifice my own things?
My own kin. Was that fucking Moses?
No. It was Isaac and
Isaac.
fucking whatever his dad's name was. Right? Was that Moses? That wasn't Moses.
No, Moses didn't have any kids.
We're not sure, so we can only be Moses supposes about it.
Yeah.
Supposed Moses.
Mose this needs.
Yeah! Alright.
Daryl stopped mid-sentence
I
to
guess
rub
that's
his
good.
eye.
Alright. From this question comes from
What does that say?
Yogel Dogle? What if this is someone's name? Yogel Dogle. This question comes from Yogthonomule.
Come on, that's not somebody's
Not
name.
an old
For
guy?
Daryl.
Wow.
If you were to write a fake name on a cue card for an improv show, what name would that be? You're very funny, Yogthonomule.
Yogel Dogle.
Yogel Dogle.
Fake name?
Yep.
I like, I like making up names. For a very long time, I would say that
I'm a human man and I like making up names.
I like having fun, and so
Works on the beach.
Do you go to restaurants?
I like to watch television show.
guy video.
I fill my car with tank gas. No, I've long held the belief that one of my favorite names of all time is Buck Choice.
Fuck choice is pretty good. I like that.
Buckminster's pretty good.
Fuller?
Yeah, Buckminster
Yeah.
Fuller is cool.
That's a cool last name. I don't know who he is, and I will
I-
never know who that
I can
is.
lend him one of his books. I can lend you one of his books.
Now I know who he is. He's an author. Fuck
that's-
you.
he's not-
He's a
only
book
author.
guy.
Oh my god, stop. I don't want to know who Buckminster Fuller is.
The
I want to.
multi-hyphen.
Oh my lord.
Now I know he's more than one thing.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to answer that, or is it just for me?
It was just for you.
Yeah.
Now lean in
Do you
close.
guys want to answer that, or is it just for me?
Yeah, get closer to the mic.
Do you guys want? No, sorry.
Oh my god, ow, my ear. My ears. All right, Drew, come forward and say the first cum-related word that comes to your mind.
Splooge.
You just leaned back afterwards. The whole point of that was to get you to lean closer to the mic.
You didn't say that.
Lean closer to the mic.
No.
You're such a little pooper.
All right, go.
In the New Ark universe, what do people say now that the H word is illegal?
I forget this season.
By Misha.
Is it pronounced Newark?
Newark.
Newark?
Newark.
Oh,
yeah.
Newark. Yeah,
Yeah,
Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah.
The H word is illegal. I
In
forget
the Newark
what they're
universe,
talking about.
what do people now say that the H word is illegal?
Yeah,
was, was the H word hell?
No, I
It would have
forget.
been like ham or something. Was it sandwich
It's like
related?
the hand. Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like we had some sandwich stuff in there.
Yeah. People say...
Oh, maybe hoagie.
Hoagie.
Hoagie
I bet
was the
hoagie.
one.
Yeah, I remember hoagies. They say sub. They say submarine.
Yeah.
Boring.
Yeah, that would make sense because Newark, New Jersey, they say hoagie there because
Yeah.
they got them Wawa.
Yeah.
Wawa?
Do you not? I swear this is deja vu. You don't know what a Wawa is?
I probably just forgot. What
Yeah.
the hell's a Wawa?
It's for guitarists. They use a little.
Yeah, I got it.
Imagine if a Subway and a convenience store were one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright.
So you can go to Wawa, you can get yourself some chips, you can get yourself like some batteries, and you can get yourself a hoagie. And apparently it's really good.
So it's like a
Wawa.
7-Eleven with like taquitos and stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
Wawa is also a town in rural Ontario.
Ontario.
Are you talking about Petawawa?
No, Wawa. There's a Wawa.
There's Wawa and there's Petawawa. Petawawa wishes it could be Wawa, but it's just a Peta.
No, I'm sure about this. There's a Wawa.
Or it's 5 Wawas. A Peta Wawa.
That's a Pentawawa.
No, petabyte.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe, wait, maybe peta means not 5, but like a million. So maybe it's like a million Wawas.
It's a lot of Wawas.
Yeah, you better get yourself a lot of hoagies with
Who's
that.
serving who? It's a town of Wawa.
In a town of a million Wawas, who's serving who? I love that premise. This makes me mad that improv is made up on the spot, because I want to see an improv scene about, like, in a world with a million Wawas, who's serving who? Hey, you want a hoagie? No, but do you? And, like, everyone's getting hungrier and hungrier. Because pride.
One guy makes a sandwich for himself and he's like, "Hey, no eating on the job."
Yeah. The other 999,999 people are all like, hey!
Maybe all they have to do is order a submarine sandwich on for later, and it's their lunch break. So they're making each other sandwiches for their lunch
For the
break.
lunch break.
And that's the
It's
only
never go
sandwich.
home.
that
It's like a bartering system.
yeah.
Guys, you're making me hungry.
Actually, we should get some food after this.
Okay, what's the last question?
That is the last question.
Fantastic!
It's the food question.
Fuck you, goodbye! No, my god, no, my god.
He was gonna turn it off.
About to.
He was gonna do it.
I feel like we've ended unceremoniously one too many times this season. Thank you very much for listening to this episode of Credit Zero, the podcast by After School Arcade. What is your name?
I'm Daryl.
Drew.
Lukey.
And I'm Paul.
Have